What up, what up, what up? We're here with the final episode of the arc, Wishes Come True, part 2. So this is episode 45 of however many we decide to do. We are ending arc 3, the empire that defeated Law. And we are pushing forward into the next arc coming forward. So, for funsies shenanigans, there will be mucho DM and vodka combos, so it'll be lots of fun. We'll see how it goes about 2 hours into this. Trying to think of anything else that is relevant or important. It's the end of the year coming up. We have one more podcast this year, coming on the 29th of this month, so a little after Christmas, a little before New Year's. Younger, are we doing the company meeting talkie one, or are we actually having a guest on that one? Because someone has signed up for it. I don't think we've talked about what we're allowing.
Well, I mean, I'm okay with either. We could always talk about our stuff at the beginning of the year if schedules don't lie properly or something.
Yes, we could make it a subscriber. No, see, but the community said they wanted to hear us yibber yabber. Otherwise, they're going to make it a subscriber only.
Okay.
So, we might still do it, but it might be available to everyone. We'll see. But yeah, keep an eye on that. Now you're wondering why do we care about that? Why is that important? And it's not. I'm just wasting time until Freya gets here. So,
because we are a growing business.
Well, that too.
And a growing community.
Also that. But real angst of the DM here was to give his player a little bit of time to show up. But I'm gonna start separating dice. Let's get some recap for what we did last session. Where are we at? Did we level up? Someone fill in the people that weren't here, which is literally 2 of the 4 people here.
So last session, we were on a quest to gain some more allies for the upcoming god fight. We met Gerald Jorge, who was an artillery commander. We learned about an undying army that was somewhere nearby. We learned where 3 of the siblings are, and we learned where some legendary items might be. We learned about some sort of Mac cannon nuke thing, which I think is where we were actually headed when we stopped.
Correct.
I got my wish from Swiggity. Oh yeah, we got something else. We a younger version of Swiggity, like a past Swiggity, showed up and gave us an item. Told us we had to hang on to. So we got that item. Well, Freya has an item.
We got
There's a lot.
We got the story behind the coins and where they came from.
Yes, we did. We got the coin history, the soul coin history. Am I missing anything?
I'm sure you missed lots of stuff. We also got some weapons and armors and regular chopping the town momenty stuff.
Yeah, big shopping montage.
I mean, it wasn't that big, but it was definitely there. No, that's what they called me in high school jokes. I see how it is. Sorry, I'm organizing over here. I'm trying to think of anything else that was major that we went through. Your wish. You want to tell them about your wish?
Oh yeah. So I wished for like an indestructible, eternal mount companion. And Swiggity stole Trophy's broomstick and like awakened it. And so now I have like an intelligent flying broom.
That's actually pretty dope.
It's pretty cool. But he speaks in onomatopoeias. So he doesn't say words. He says things like swish, bang, boom.
Wolf.
Oh no.
Ow.
Did Freya get their wish?
I want to say they did. No, I think we were just discussing it because again, I had originally planned to let you guys get one whole wish per session. Is kind of how this mechanic has been. Hey, look, it's Cat. Kitty Cat. A dance, 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 and a dance, dance, dance.
Look at the cat.
How to tell a millennial from anybody? Start that statement, and if they finish it, you got them.
Not a millennial, but okay.
What? How old are you?
I'm 25.
Then you're a millennial, you weirdo.
No. I am
Yeah.
on that cusp.
Isn't it like till 2000?
Nope.
Oh,
Yes, that's the whole millennial part of it. We were to the millennia, unless you were born in 2001.
No. It's weird on the framing.
No, it's straightforward. You'll get
hang on, I'm
official.
gonna Google it.
Anyway.
Oh,
what was-
till 96. He's right. Till
What?
96.
Shenanigans.
They're right.
Lies, slander. Anyway.
So yeah, 27 and older, 27 to 42 right now.
Wow. Okay. Well, then I was very wrong. I thought it was down to like 24 currently.
That's what I thought.
My world, it's been shook. We can't be friends anymore now. You're not my generation. Get on my game.
And
Then we have a generation
Understandable.
gap.
Yeah, right. How dare you? Anyway. Recap. Anything important you want to add to our recap? Besides
I
the
don't
fact
know
that we
what
leveled
was
up.
done on it.
We talked about the wish that was granted, some of the stuff we did, like the where we're heading, the Mac Cannon stuff, all the secrety things that were revealed. You guys didn't talk about meeting that dragon, I guess. That was a thing.
Oh yeah, we met a dragon on our airship because we have the airship flying now. And they promised to help us in the fight and gather more dragons. Basically, we've
And-
got a lot of outlets.
Yeah.
We didn't get that dragon's name.
Right, you guys were like, yeah, good friend, hell yeah, buddy. Nameless
Oh yeah.
Nicholas Hart.
I was like, hey, did I get his name?
That was class tier.
He's gonna show up at the fight, and it's gonna be like, "There's Chief, big guy over there, buddy."
You won't even recognize
There's
him.
the
Don't lie to
dragon that
yourself.
we fed the gobbler meat to.
Oof.
Gobbler meat. So, sorry, I'm pulling up the polls from this week because there's a couple things that happened in the polls. If you guys are curious. So, excluding the bonus poll, we have the name for the next arc, which will be All the Wrong Choices.
Oh, don't like that.
Oh. I mean, the choices were the royal versus the godly. All good things come to an end. At the end of it all, you get Squawk, which I thought that one was good. All the Wrong Choices and The Door with Three Knobs. They're all great story references that don't actually apply to this campaign whatsoever. We keep losing Younger. I don't know if he's gonna be alive tonight or not. But let's see.
I
Here.
voted for All Good Things Must Come to an End. I thought that was classic, you know. All the Wrong Choices is not good. I don't it doesn't sound good.
Doesn't make you feel good in your tummy. That's okay.
Mm-mm.
As for the other, oh hey, come on headphones, don't be like this. Someone say something.
Hello.
Eldritch Blast.
There it goes. Okay, sorry, my microphone was plugged in all the way for some reason. For the other poll was a tie, which is super annoying. So the suggestion from the community for you guys, was to either stay the course and gain more power and friends, or go figure out more hidden knowledge. That was the tie. So the community says go find more shit to find, and then go find it. Was their combined suggestion.
See that stuff? Go find it. Find it more.
The things you're
Do
already
more,
doing,
find
do that, but more of.
Perfect. They want us to be stacked. I appreciate it.
A whole next art is just you guys gonna be running around. You're gonna get the gods to show up, and it'll be like, we literally have every item the DM could throw at you. Prepare yourselves. go back to your planes or suffer. And then when you get there, suffer some more. Okay, so you guys are heading to Mac on your flying boat, which means I have to pull up the map really quick to kind of explain where the heck we're flying to, right? Oh no, you guys aren't going to Mac. That's on the way, but you're still heading towards the monastery. You're almost at the monastery.
Yep.
To deal with the nuns and whatnot.
And will someone get their wish to start?
Yes, it is the beginning of the session, and there are 3 people in this room that have not gotten their wish yet. So, to continue our trend that we have been doing the last, only one of you is going to get a wish this session. And I'm going to roll for it. There's 3 of you. Since one of you has their camera on, you're going to be 1, 2, and then Fran, you're going to be 3, 4, and Younger, you're 5 and 6. I'm going to turn on my handy dandy camera after I put my phone on Do Not Disturb over here. And you guys can watch me roll IRL. So you know it is the truth, destined by the dice gods. Is that dramatic enough for you? All right,
Wouldn't it be praise
look,
God?
There's my hand. I mean, technically, if you want to be really meta about it, I guess.
So I feel like someone should win.
I wouldn't know about that.
All right, so I got 4 dice. What dice do we want? Clear orange, solid orange, red, or blue? Which one? I think the red one or orange one are probably the easiest to read on camera.
Yeah, the red's pretty clear.
I can't see a thing. It's a perpetual loading screen.
Gosh. Okay, well, hopefully it's not your numbers. Otherwise, you're gonna miss the fun roll here. Yeah,
Drum roll.
Freya,
Oh, great. My wish.
your wish. All right, so now since we all know it, right? Or did you change it in the last 2 weeks?
I did not change it in the last 2 weeks.
All right, go ahead and tell we are traveling on our ship, doing our stuff, doing our thing. A magical little hut that is 10 times smaller than you remember it pops up into existence, and crawling out of it is a singular degenerative hand, and it seems to be dragging a strung together string of bones. You realize shortly thereafter that string of bones is your very good friend Marzex. He's alive, and well,
You're alive?
still-
Oh,
still-
I mean, wait, you're dead still? Good.
yeah, right. He's still with you. He doesn't look great, and he's kind of putting himself back together, but he's there. Sweeping up the dust behind him is a miniaturized Fran. Following them is a miniaturized Swiggity. He looks up, and in a high-pitched little voice, you hear... Let me actually do a voice box on this one, because it'll be funny. I gotta find a good voice box. I apologize. Alright, it loads. Maybe, perhaps. Tell me how bad this is after we're done.
Guys, you look a little bigger than I remember. Give me 2 seconds.
I thought you were going for high pitch. Why does it sound like Optimus Prime?
I don't know what the voices sound like. You have to remember, sometimes I'm just clicking buttons and hoping for the best.
It's
That'll
literally
I don't like the budget.
Sorry. That's what I get for picking the Freddy Fazbear looking thing. Anyway, you see him tap his staff on the ground, which is an item you've only ever seen once, but it is a pure silver staff. At least that's what it looks like. It actually looks super familiar to an item that you had quite some time ago from one of the Law heroes. I think the person that still has that is an NPC at this point. But one of your royalist friends has it. He taps it on the ground 3 times, and the 3 of them recombine into full-size people, and the tent grows a little bit bigger. He looks around and says, "That's better. So, now that we're not fighting munchkins anymore, I guess since I'm here, I can grant one of your wish. Itty, mitty, miny, mo! Ha-ha! Or, wait, your name's not Mo. It is... I know this.
Poma.
Yeah, that one! Right! Yes, Luck God Herald, right?
Yep, that'd be right.
Wonderful. Yeah. I'm sorry ahead of time, but your wish, please.
All right. No worries. Um, so my wish is for the friends of the royalists, the people that have been a part of the party the longest. They have seen a lot of their friends come and go, and I wish for them to be back in working, fighting order, alive once more.
Hmm. Alive once more, you say? Again, I don't.
And like I said, also working, fighting order. So if they are still alive, make sure that they're also able to do a good fight in the coming God War.
And on our side, and on our side.
Yeah, and of course, it should lead me to also not have to say also on our side.
Hmm. Swiggity diggity doo! Good luck to you! And he vanishes. As you are standing there, you feel better. All of you feel like you're in top condition. You don't get any stat boosts or anything like that, but you are feeling great. Like top tier, ready to go. Except for you look over at Marzex. And Marzex looks like a young elf. Maybe 25, 30.
Sorry, Marzex.
What?
Oh boy. He's muted too.
I was gonna say, yeah, we didn't get his live reaction to that statement. Son of a gun. Marzex, congratulations. I can't hear you. You're not muted, but I'm not hearing your voice. Why are you alive?
He's
I
speechless.
can read the lips there. That's about it.
Why are you alive?
Nope. Still, hey, disconnect and come back. I think there's something going on there.
Did any of us? We were all pretty young, so none of the rest of us should age
Nope.
or backwards at
So,
all.
if you
Okay.
guys remember any of Younger's lore, he died at like peak age. So he just got back to life before he became a mummy.
Okay. Marsex's lore. Marsex's lore. That's funny.
Oh, that means that just out there in the middle of a field, there is
A young McDougal for sure.
yeah.
Or an old McDougal. Which one of them died? One of them died, if I remember correctly.
Old McDougal. Old McDougal died.
He's back and is as young as his kid. That's gonna be awkward.
Does that mean Kettle is human somewhere?
And alive.
Nice.
Also,
Grandma Jenny's
there's gonna be. Well, Grandma Jenny didn't die. She was just old and was having heart attacks and stuff. Now she's gonna be a hot young lady though. Peak fighting tradition grandma, not old tactician grandma.
And
All
Sophie.
right. Yep.
Sophie.
Sophie's back to
Yay.
being regular age. Okay. Oh, I could see you talking, but I didn't hear you.
With all over plus 24.
I am here.
There it is. All right, we can hear you. Just speak loud.
Okay.
So,
You asked why I was alive.
So yeah, you are alive. You can feel your flesh and it hurts. You haven't felt these feelings in a while. It's cold and you're not really wearing much clothing. We're on a flying ship and you are definitely not dressed for the weather, as all you are wearing is now old and outdated scraps of bits and pieces of things.
Sorry there,
I
Marzex.
awkwardly take what's left of my mummy wrappings and cover my 11-inch schlonkanon.
Right, yeah, because you don't have a pencil dick anymore. Oh no. That thing flapping in the wind just
Don't worry, Marzex. You can have my. Do you want to be a beaver, a penguin, or a clown?
Oh, God, no, none of those. I have something. Just give me. Where's my box? As I go and
One
search for
second.
my box of holding, which has old, ancient, way well out of date elven clothing.
so
But
modern elven fashion, because that's all elves wear.
I'm just gonna ask
It's
one of the
archaic.
crewmen.
It's archaic elven fashion from like 1,000 years ago.
Fair enough. All right, you were saying? Sorry, friend.
Fine.
I'm-
It was fine at the time.
I'm gonna ask one of the crewmates just to give him like a proper winter jacket that, you know, because I asked him to buy all that stuff.
They do so.
Yeah.
You are no longer cold. You are dressed. But again, you're a young elf man.
I
Hey, Marzak.
extend my fingers out and I say, "Thank you." Oh, this is disgusting. How am I supposed to get used to this again?
All fleshy.
Why does everything hurt?
So as a side note, you don't lose any of your character powers or abilities. You're still a level 17 warlock. That doesn't change. But your stats might change slightly from your mummy abilities and things. You were a high elf, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so when you get a chance, change your character to high elfery.
Okie dokie.
On a plus note, healing potions and things like that now work on you. Your mummy wraps will still work as a side effect of being in them so long. They've attuned to you as a person, so they act like healing potions, so I won't take that away from you. But
Woo!
that's about the only bonus you're going to get from previously being undead, besides the 1,000+ years of knowledge.
My brain can further expand.
Right, you can
Does
grow
that
even
mean-
more.
Does that mean Marzex loses his poison immunity?
Yes.
Oh, we could get Marzex drunk.
It also means that I don't turn into dust when I'm lit on fire.
That's good. Most of us
And-
don't.
And you are blown away
Yeah,
by
if
a
we had
small
fought a
breeze.
fire dragon ever, I probably would have died.
Right, yeah, or if we had fought a light dragon, just shooting laser beams. Techno lizard.
I can heal you now. That's good.
Yes. So, anyway, now that Marzex is a young man, it is very apparent that this probably happened to everyone else because out of Marzex's bag comes out a young noble. He is clothed in finery and whatnot. He looks around and goes, "Where are we?"
Who are you? What are you doing here?
Ruffy! I put my hand up. Hi, buddy. You've been dead for like 2 years now.
Who is this? I know them?
No, sorry. This is one of me and Marzek's original traveling partners. It's his charge, actually, who is supposed to be taken care of. Marzek, you might want to.
Oh, the heart.
Yes. Marzek,
You're back into a real boy.
Yeah, you might want to have a conversation with him and catch him up. Yeah. Anyway, you know what else this means is somewhere out there, we have a couple other people that got turned into goo that are no longer goo. Gonna be really confused.
Yeah.
Why
Hey!
exactly did all these people come back to life?
Oh, it was my wish. I wish for the Royalists to be at full top working order. All the friends that we made that you guys made along the way, to actually be able to, you know, stand and fight. And they're also on our side. I preface that in the wish.
Oh, okay. I have a question. Technically, the hand that I had was of an Oni that was under my suggestion spell who was acting as an ally killing his brother. Is that alive?
No. He was never considered a royalist.
Oh, okay.
So the conditions of the wish
Gotcha.
stated they had to be a royalist, is how we explained the wish before, and I'm kind of DM not being a jerk on the wording.
Yeah.
So it's literally the people that had the title of a royalist. So the original traveling group, all the companions we've had and lost and have died along the way. That also means there's like 2 or 3 traitors that are alive.
But now also on our side.
But allegedly on our side somewhere. So there's instead of the 5 royalists that it had been chopped down to, or 7 royalists if you count the NPCs that were technically still alive but out of the fight, we're up to like 12 or 13 of us running around in various parts of the world.
Wait a second.
Oh
that
shoot!
means
That means that your brother's alive. As I point at Fran.
What? Barry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, at least there's two of us now. Oh. Oh,
See,
wow.
wasn't there the
Wait,
girl that also was
wait.
just silent that died?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
the dwarf?
The dwarf
Yeah.
princess girl. Oh no.
Sweetie. Sweetie's alive somewhere.
Oh no.
And Fulgash.
Oh, Fulgash. Well, I mean, Fulgash has been alive, technically.
I mean,
The GIF?
He
That's
was
right.
on our
resurrected.
side.
He was resurrected already, so I don't know. But yeah, former royal. He might be on our side now. Maybe he's over there fighting. What's his face? That'd be cool.
Yeah.
And just cuts
There's
over.
probably an old campaign or something where there was an army known as royalists, like an entire army, like a whole nother brigade of people just spawned,
No,
just
I'm
randos.
not gonna be like that. Too much. We're taking wish as intended, not wish as specified.
Not wish as written. Dang it.
So, as you look around, I'm going to actually roll a D100 really quick because I got a fancy new one I'm going to show off really quick that came in with our last set of dice. Hashtag new acrylic stuff in stock, all the colors. But we got an actual D100 to roll.
Ooh.
And this will be your wish recharge for the session. So if it lands above a 50, I will give another person a chance at their wish later today. If it lands in the 90 to 100, I'll give the last two people their wishes today. Sound good?
Yeah.
This might take a minute. It takes like 30 seconds to roll this stupid thing.
Yeah, they're quite large.
You've been wondering what I was doing. I just noticed that the liquid dice I had in my case that froze in my household goods all exploded.
Oh
Aw.
no!
Yeah, my green boys.
I'm sorry.
That's so sad.
I mean, it's kind of
Moment of
cool.
silence.
But
I have good news for you, though. We do have a giant green boy right now.
That doesn't help him with his broken dice currently, though. Yeah, right. I think you got those from us, right?
Yeah.
So, you guys are gonna like this. That's a 92.
Hey.
So, you two will get the other bits in the wish, and we will do so after our breaks throughout the night. So, just to make life exciting, the two of you that haven't done your wishes yet, think about it. And then that'll wrap up that part of the story as the silly swiggity wishities. So, you guys are heading to the thing. I meant to pull out the whatchamacallit a while ago, so let me get that out. But do you have any dialogue you would like to have with this other lord? Do you remember his name by chance? Or do we gotta bug Spain and be like, Spain, what was your original character's name?
Sir Cavalier of the Dwarven clan that needs to go talk to his wife to be a
Yes.
year and a half ago.
Yeah,
And we're on a different continent now.
Oh, she's probably moved on, bro.
Oh, yeah, we totally told them that he died. And we're like, yeah, he dead. Not coming back. Sorry. Our bad. So, there will be consequences to that, but he kind of just goes and sits down and is contemplating what to do next. Because he is a whole continent away from where he needs to go.
I'm the man you once knew, Goliath once again.
Say that again, sorry. All I heard was once again.
To the proper authorities in the Dwarven kingdoms.
Yes, right. Yeah. Well,
Or
because
the Elven kingdoms. Or
he's not a dwarf.
whichever,
He's a Goliath.
He was a Goliath, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just had
Raised by dwarves.
Yes, that's what it was.
he's a dwarf for gigantism.
A
Good
Goliath
So-
raised by dwarves.
He's Will Ferrell, an elf.
Yes, almost 100%. Thematically is how he was treated. I don't think that was the inspiration for the character, but it's just as funny, so we're gonna go with it. So anyway, map back up. We were in Reach, and we were heading all the way up to There's Mac. Where we're heading? We're going to Bliss, right?
We were not in Reach anymore. We were in that artillery town.
No. We had
Not Mac.
We had
Not Mac, but
Yeah,
the place that made the ammo.
Was that Tevlon?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so we're here currently, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days till Bliss, which is our original objective before we continue on. So, you guys take off, and we're gonna fly, and all this happens, and all the royalists reappear. We have an extra crewmate and some other yahoos that have just reappeared on the ship.
Does a
And
squawk bird come and say, "Hey, we're alive"?
I don't think we've lost any squawks.
No. Does a squawk bird come and people that weren't in fighting order are like, "Hey, what's going on?"
It's a solid question, but no, not that I'm not up yet. There will be stuff later on. It might actually affect next session more than this session because people have to realize that they are no longer dead and have to figure out where the hell you are. So as you continue on, let's roll the dice and see what happens. Hey, again, I get to use my D100 for these traveling rolls now, and I gotta not put it away like I've done twice in a row. Whoa.
I sent
39.
mine. Go ahead.
So you guys make it a bit, almost 2/5 of the way through before. So 2 days worth of traveling before something happens. Aha! As you are traveling, you spy below you a caravan that has recently come under attack. They look to have defended themselves well enough, but you can see the smoke and the flames and whatnot. It is a dwarven caravan, traveling these here hills.
All right, then.
They seem to be.
Let's go. I believe crew, we should head
definitely
down.
go visit and drop off our poor level 5 cavalier guy on them, if possible.
He's a level 7. Might have been level 8 before we murdered him.
Definitely wasn't.
No.
No, not at all.
Have we made it through like 3 fights? But yeah, probably not.
It was like level 4 or 5.
No,
then he was like, I want to be the other guy.
No, because we started at 7. Remember, we skipped to 7 to start this campaign. We had already had a quote-unquote adventure leading to the start of this one. We're traveled heroes to start this campaign. Anyway, the dwarves, not to ruin the story that Younger just suggested, but immediately upon landing and checking out, the giant man here looks over and yells someone's name. He says, Tavaski! How? Why? What? He jumps off the boat and rushes over to a old-looking dwarf who immediately yells this guy's name as loud as possible and runs at him full speed. So it's like this ridiculous short little man squiggling along these long strides coming over and just at his kneecaps. There's a couple minutes of excited and happiness, and you hear yelling from the dwarves, and several of them come over and they look around and they told us you were dead. You hear him say, No, well, I was. I've been brought back to life.
You're welcome.
They told us that wasn't possible. They tried resurrecting you at the Capitol on your wedding day because your soon-to-be wife didn't know until that day, and it's quite the surprise.
Wishes
They
are
didn't
the
have
bomb,
any body parts
bitch.
to take with them.
Well, if you guys want to know, he was completely.
He was an ooze.
Yeah,
He was melted by acid. There was nothing left besides the heart of which I was carrying.
Yes, and he wasn't technically supposed to be brought back. His soul was not willing. Your wish negated that because it wasn't the resurrection spell.
Yep.
So, as they catch up and you guys kind of listen, and they tell you that they were attacked by some Yahoo bandits they easily fended off. But your heroic noble asked permission to politely travel with them to their next destination so he can clear things up on his end. And he will gather dwarven assistance for what's coming forward. Because you guys, while you were traveling over the last couple of days, have explained your journey. The bard telling the story has told it at least once, if not twice. in his 4 hour long singing mantra that he does for our adventures.
The welcome song?
No. The welcome song's quick. It's under a minute. The heroic story of our escapades is like 4 hours, right? Right?
Yeah, the
There's
dramatic
two
retelling.
intermissions.
It's like a Lord of the Rings movie.
There's two intermissions. One of them at the 1 hour and 45 minute mark. The other one at the 3 hour and 10 minute mark.
So, he volunteers to leave you guys, so you guys don't have to worry about him and his responsibility. Do you have any messages you want to send with the dwarves to do anything else for you? Again, these are basically your guys' friends at this point. Not that you actually know them, but if you need them to transport messages to people, this might be the easiest way to do so, since you guys don't have a messaging wizard on board.
Could we have?
We need them to muster the soldiers and bring the mightiest weapons to arm armies.
They look at you and go, "We'll do what we can."
Yeah, I was about to say, have them spread the word, like any mercenaries or whatever that they run into that the royalist army's hiring. Send them to the mines.
Don't send them to the mines. We're getting everybody away
Oh.
from the mines to the
Send them to
city.
Reach. Yeah, send them to Reach. By the way, has my bird gotten word to them and come back yet, or is she still flapping?
What were you trying to get word to them for?
We were trying to tell everyone at Reach to gather and get, or everyone at the mines to gather and get to Reach.
So you guys have flown for 2 days, and if your bird is speeding, it's only like, you sent her at Reach, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So, that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
If it would make it easier, I'd pay to have the bird teleported to the closest city for it. So
So it's been like 25 days worth of travel for you guys, 24ish days, somewhere around there. And if we just kind of zoopy doop over to the mines, which are, where are the mines at? Do you guys remember?
I don't know. I was never there.
That's all the way over in the Wildlands, right? Pretty sure, right? I'm not crazy. It's not marked on this map, so I don't remember. But anyway, if we double it, she has 50 squares of flying, which is like a quarter of the world. So yeah, probably they probably received the messages.
Okay, but she's not back yet.
Not back to you, no. You
Okay.
probably you would expect her in like 2-3 weeks of your time.
Okay. Well, at least everybody should be on the move.
Hopefully, as long as nothing murdered her in flight. Because you do
That
have
didn't happen,
enemies.
right? That didn't happen, right?
Maybe, who knows?
I just got her. I didn't even like. I got her and I was like, go.
This is
What
this
is
is
it?
true. This is true. All right.
I
Anyway,
think mine's name was Lime.
Yeah, I
Yes.
was lemon lime.
yes, you still have a baby seagull with you. BT
Just
dub.
chilling on my shoulder. Got the whole fucking captain vibe going on. Got the hat and everything.
Yes. It's so smooth. Anyway, so with that said, you guys are just continuing traveling, I assume. No major messages for the dwarves besides spread the word. We need as many mercenaries as possible. Go to Reach.
Yeah.
Okay. Fred, I haven't heard from you. What is Francesca feeling about the possibility of there being another gold thistle up and about instead of you being the final heir?
Well, she had already grieved and then got over it, so it's kind of a surprise, but good thing that she thinks that it's a good thing that he's back in the world because he was always a positive person and he could help out quite a bit.
Okay.
And all the responsibility of the lineage doesn't fall on her now,
Right.
which is a relief.
You
And
no longer have to have a baby again.
tell me when you're having a new wedding. Are you sure? I feel like this is like where you like overtook.
Overtook what? Sorry.
What?
And they were never
I
heard
can
from
see-
again.
I can
What?
see it on Younger's face every time he says something. When he has to say it again, he's so annoyed.
No, I get that. But like what was the context of that statement, Younger? Who were you talking to? I heard it all, I swear. I just don't understand what you were applying it to.
Talking about Lady Francesca. Like Fran is like above Barry in the totem pole of like successor because like he died, so basically like he fell back a slot.
Oh, okay. Yeah, good luck
Oh,
arguing that.
Yeah.
And good luck making Fran honor that idea, because if you remember, that's not their thing. She not
Yeah,
about that.
she
Like I
wasn't
don't know how
happy
close
about
were
it.
they twins? Like if
No.
they were twins and it was like,
No.
oh, he was the older twin, but yeah, she's been alive longer, you know? So
Well, she's in her 20s. He was like in his 40s, I think, or 30s or 40s, or something like that. She was the younger
okay.
sister, and she didn't really want to do the whole family thing. She,
Okay.
yeah, she would rather go pit fight some other people than be a little royal lady.
I mean, to be fair, you had to be. But now you had to be. But that's why you started this adventure, right? So you didn't have to deal with anything else.
Right.
So now that we have that, let's roll again and see how far you guys make it the last quarter of the way, or 3/5 of the way. You guys make it off the table.
That's good. That's not very far.
Seriously,
be careful.
All right,
That thing could do some damage.
It's just roll. It's a acrylic style one, so it's actually kind of light. The issue is apparently there's a slope to my room, and unless I throw it on top of my papers, it doesn't stop. 53. So you guys make it basically all the rest of the way, before something else happens. So right before you get to Bliss. Oh. You guys run into a friendly creature. As you are flying high in the air, you see a unicorn, a herd of unicorns, grazing below you in a... The best way to describe this area is it is consumed in magic. It's almost like you're veering into another plane from the heavens.
All right, now everybody, I know you probably just want to get the Bliss, but come on, look at that. I have to stop. All right, guys, come on. Bring us down low.
Are unicorns beasts?
Technically,
So I could use
What are
speak to animals or talk to unicorns.
100%. Some of them know how to
How do
speak
they
languages.
They're actually celestials. Get out of here, nerd. Yeah.
I mean,
They're
technically,
what
celestials.
does a unicorn taste like?
I've heard it's very mercury based.
Ugh.
Very
I
metallic
don't
meat.
recommend eating them.
I could send them to the Shadowfell.
Please don't.
Oh, both these two. Why would you do that? Don't throw unicorns away like this. So
Not to
rude.
say,
Alright,
listen, one of them might
Incredibly
be a
disruptive.
Trex unicorn, full of nothing but crazy luck. All right, I don't want any of that business.
So
Don't be sending my
I'm
luck
pretty sure I
unicorn.
could turn one into
Younger
a
was 100% correct. They are celestials.
Well, I'll cast speak with animal just in case.
I will 100% allow speaking with animals. But they are telepathic. And it doesn't. What languages do they speak? Celestial, Elvish, Sylvan, and they have telepathy. So you don't really have to speak. They speak language.
Oh,
Fuck
okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
got
don't need it.
celestial.
I've got Elvish.
Sweet. So as the boat approaches, the herd kind of gathers around and looks like it's about to goof you guys up. Like they do not look like friendly unicorns. What do you do?
I'm going to show my celestial nature and kind of fly down and be like, in celestial, be like, hey, hold up, everything's okay, we're friends.
Okay, so you go full glory. So you whip out the wings. Your angel mode is active 100%. You're not hiding nothing. You are at 3 sets of wings currently, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you touch down, and the unicorns look at you, and they allow you to speak.
Hi there. How are you all doing?
Time out. I'm finding a voice box. And this time it'll be, you know, not a dragon.
This is a unicorn sound like.
I'm gonna 10 seconds here. I'm gonna see if this is gonna be a boy or a girl. Interesting. All right.
Candy Mountain.
Candy Mountain, Charlie. We gotta talk to the magical Leopluridon,
Gosh,
Charlie.
now I wish I
You
I,
guys
w- I wish I had that now because that would be perfect.
Why is there so much blood everywhere?
Don't worry about it.
That kills people, Charlie.
That kills people,
That's
Charlie.
actually pretty close. That's pretty good.
Okay. So, what do you wish, Angel?
Oh, I just wanted to stop by and say hi. You guys are magnificent after all. You don't really
Yes.
get to see a herd, so that's what's going on. Hey friends, you're not gonna hurt any of my friends, right?
As long as they stay on the boat and don't enter our realm.
Oh, all right. Well then, cool. So, have you guys heard anything about what's gonna happen soon with gods trying to fight people and kill a whole bunch of people? You know anything about that?
Why would we care about the levels below? They're in our plane, using our laws.
Well, unfortunately, it sort of is an everybody problem. So
So
I was
you would recognize or realize that they don't realize they're on Jake. They think they're in
Yeah.
their own plane.
Gotcha. So my dear friends, I am sorry to inform you that there seems to be a leak of some kind. That has put you on the realm of Drake.
The realm,
Um,
so you're saying we're not in the celestial plane here.
no, unfortunately not anymore.
That can't be true. You see it run off to
The Rainbow Road is leaking into our
So
domicile.
as the unicorn runs off towards the edge of what you assume to be the smoke that you guys saw before, its body teleports to the far side of the boat. So you don't see it, but everyone who's up on the boat watching things go on sees the unicorn run out one side and pop in the other. And the noise this unicorn makes as it pops over the other side and sees the boat is somewhere between like a surprised ninny and the angriest noise you've ever heard out of a horse. Just upset. Now you obviously heard that and you can fly around the boat to the other side to see this angry smashing unicorn as it is destroying trees and other things.
I am sorry to say there, but it is true. Would you guys like to get a lift out of this little pocket?
I and the others should not be bound in a pocket. If you can free us, we will reward you.
All right, well then let me get my friends down here and we can see what we can do, hey?
Fine.
All right. Hey there, guys. Let down the rope. Dress the royalists, not the proper crew. Sorry.
You see,
Sorry.
you see three crewmates just like, son of a bitch! I wanted to see the unicorns close up.
Okay. I'm sorry. What was your name? As I look over at the leader of the herd.
My name is Silverback.
All right, Silverback. Would it be all right if those three came down? Because I really want to see you.
If they like death, they will spread them pieces.
All right, so just the normal group will come down then. All right, that's fine.
Unless the normal group is celestials, I suggest they stay out there, man.
All right, maybe not. All right. You know what? I'm gonna go up there. We're gonna do some surveying, see what's going on, and then from there, see what we can do for you. I fly back up and I relay all the information.
Does it seem to be tied? Does the magic seem to be tied to the place or to an object? Can we tell that?
So DM speaking, not Profi. You could make some kind of Arcana check or religion check or something like that because you're dealing with plane stuff. Now, I look over at Marzex, who is a plane shifting fool, who might be able to assist in this matter a little bit better. But you guys can make some checks, and I can give some extra information. As Profi says, if there were planes stuck through, we got to find the gate that's holding it open. I mean, maybe the field they're on is an entire gate, and it's just underneath them or something weird.
All right, Mars
Alright.
X, time to be useful. Let's go.
I'm gonna start flying around to see if
Oh
I can see
boy,
anything
you want
of
me
magic.
to attempt a?
So make an Arcana check as you do your
Do
observation.
you want me? I can send them to currently to 2 planes for their only 2 planes I've ever gone. That is the Shadowfell and Hell. Which one would you like?
Hey, time out, younger. Bonus, you've learned a new plane just by entering this area because technically you're on the celestial plane currently. Which means you probably
cool.
should feel weak as shit. But you're no longer a mummy, so less so.
I got a nat 20 on my Arcana as I'm flying around trying to see.
I applaud. Good job. So, the whole area is marked under a sigil, which you don't recognize, but it is definitely the whole width of the unveiled area where you guys flew over. So this is obviously a portal that has trapped these yahoos. So disengaging the portal somehow.
Well, then I have just the spell for that. I can create a plane. I can create a planar door that directly connects it with my 6th level spell slot.
Okay, so would you like to connect them to Jake fully and disengage this portal thing, or would you like to connect them to other parts of the celestial plane?
I'll connect them to another part of the celestial plane.
Okay, so you're going to burn up your 6th level spell slot.
Unless they want to be on Jake.
Well, that might take some convincing. They didn't sound super excited about it.
Do you want me to ask them if they want to have the ability to come over here on like? I could just ask them to see if they want to, have a doorway that they can go through and like.
Profi raises his hand as a greedy request. There's like 40 or 50 unicorns here. If we added 40 or 50 unicorns to Jake's population, that would like triple the amount of known unicorns. Just saying.
Yeah, but that's
okay,
me.
let's
Why
see.
would we
Let's
want
see
to do
about
that
doing
to
this. I think
Silverback?
I could persuade them. That we're
Don't go
looking
down there.
for,
They're gonna want to kill
for
you.
some celestial guidance on our plane, and that we're if you're looking for new breeding stock, we have some that you could assimilate into your grand flock. As I misspeak herd in old elven tongue.
So you offer us a new home away from the perfect celestial realm that we were in? To come to some mortal planet to breed with the locals?
Yes.
But as you know, things are ever changing here. And you guys can make this place such a better place. Have so much great influence with your divine presence.
7. So.
Jake is in need of such
Alright.
majestic creatures.
Make a persuasion check.
Such as yourselves.
Okie
dokie.
He's making a persuasion check.
I got a 25 persuasion.
Gosh, die. Well, he's the one doing the talking, so sorry about it. And then I'm gonna be sick to see what is that one. Alright, so I have good news and bad news. You have increased the original few weeks to a 9 instead of a 6, so they're much more on board. Listen, what's up, man?
You are still using the voice.
Thank you.
Anyway, sorry. So you've increased the 7 to a 9, so they are much more on board. I'm gonna see how many of these will willingly volunteer to stay in Jake to be new Jake unicorns.
69.
Can I double down on that and also try to persuade them?
Do you speak Celestial or Elvish or anything like that?
I'm an elf.
Yeah, why not?
All right.
I
Let's get
can
some
also take
persuasion
if
going.
anybody was throwing out any bonuses.
Noted for later.
Oof. I didn't actually
There were
roll
any
that well. I rolled
D10s from Bardic Inspirations.
a D12s.
D12.
Go ahead.
As
Have one.
as another stuck celestial.
I'd like to add a D12 to that thing.
To my percentile or to his persuasion roll?
To my persuasion.
You already rolled. You passed. You did good.
Give it to
I'll
the
add a D12.
percentile.
I'll add a D12 to mine though, because mine was not very good.
Okay.
As soon as I find my D12. Well, that was good. So 24.
24 is a good enough roll for me to add some points here. I'm going to roll an extra d6 to their feelings here. But no, if I roll above a 3, there might be negative consequences. Don't worry about it. So they're at an 11 out of 12. So a good majority of your talk, his talk, the singing, the songs, the unicorn, butt kissery seems to be going well for you guys. Ooh, okay, so 70% of the herd. So I said there was about 30. We'll make it
30
really
to 50.
We'll make it really
Said there was
easy and say there
40.
was like 40. And so 70% of the herd is about 30 of them. So 30 of the said 40 unicorns say they will stay on this plane if you disconnect the door, but you have to send their friends home so they can continue living their quote unquote best life.
Sure.
Well, that's fine because half of them can just step onto our ship and the other ones can just go on through the door to the fairy land.
So you're just gonna
To the
Celestial land.
Celestial land.
You're just gonna load your ship with 30 unicorns?
And then drop them off on
Why
the
not?
outside, I guess. Yeah.
All right. So it takes you about a whole day to get them all loaded. And they're not really happy about that part, but we're gonna yada yada past it. You burn your 6th level spell to give them a true gate to their plane. They step through it and they don't appear on the other side of, this section.
That's great.
And you guys take off. As you guys start to leave, you'll notice that the celestial connection wavers heavily, as if it was almost feeding off the unicorn's essence to stay in place. Shortly thereafter, the mists that were following it disappear. The sigil you could see in the ground from the air has subsided. The only thing left over is the grass as its shining, multicolored leftovers. So the
By
grass
the way,
and trees that were there stayed
Can I
there.
do a religion check on that sigil?
Sure.
I would have also written down the sigil.
Sure.
Because, it's a rune.
Yeah. Well,
Did
Yep.
Silverback stay or go?
let's find out. She
I got a
stayed
critical.
with you.
Oh.
Okay, so religious wise, this is a divine symbol of a celestial god.
Which god?
I don't know. I got to find a dark celestial.
Yeah, Fran's
Could it-
just confused. She's been gone for a while, and then old spooky Lord of Darkness has skin and has just convinced a bunch of unicorns to join the cause.
So the unicorns don't. Once you guys set back down and let them out, they go off and do their own thing. For the exception of
Yeah.
3, One of them being Silverback, another female, and a male, whose names are what's a good
Gore and Illa.
Gore and Illa? No. We'll do one Zilla. Zilla sounds good. Zilla is the male, and the female is Phileas. Because that's a fun sounding name, right?
Oh, I thought you were gonna make it God.
So, yeah, nice to meet you.
You guys want to come with us?
So Silverback will reply.
Or do you want to join the army and do what can you offer? What do you bring to the table?
So, as you have freed all of our friends and companions and let them be on their way, the three of us will accompany you from here on out. So only two of us will remain with you as we promised your angel friend there, the gift. He may choose of the three of us to consume their essence.
Oh,
Make your choice wisely.
Oh no.
That escalated quickly.
Lord.
all right then.
It's a suicide pact.
Brad needs to close the door. It got serious.
It's,
Well, you know you want to eat Phileas, because why not?
I'm actually just gonna ask them. Be like, all right, taking celestial essence like this is never an easy thing. Which one of you all would be willing to do so? I won't make that decision. That
So
decision
all
is
three of
upon
them
you.
have volunteered.
All right.
Hey,
They
got a dice.
So
If you roll a die.
this is a great time for a dice, but because of what they're doing and the sacrifice they're making, you are going to have this on your conscience. This is a moral dilemma that you get to choice. You get to consume them for power, but also you have to decide who goes. Right? They're not rock paper scissoring. They're not deciding who goes. It's your choice because you are the one.
Which one's the oldest?
Oh, that's a good question. It looks like the other female. So, Phileas is the oldest.
Phileas? All right. Well, that means they probably have like more of an essence to them, and whatnot. You're like, all right then. Zilla, Silverback, you are not it. Phileas, follow me to the captain's quarters, eh?
She says, "No, you can do it in front of
Oh.
everyone. If you're going,
Great.
if you're gonna commit this atrocity, you might as well do it in front of everyone."
Sure, fuck it. And you know, wings out, eyes doing the whole thing, and you just see as she kind of Coma just walks up and pulls out what seems to be a dagger.
Phyllis looks at you and shakes her head and says, "You don't need all that. Just stand still."
All right, that works too.
So
I
she
was
charges.
thinking-
She charges into you full speed, horn and all, and as she hits you, you feel it pierce your heart, but you feel no wound. Instead, you are enveloped by a white light, and a fourth pair of wings grows on you. Congratulations, you've hit level 4.
Ooh, fuck yeah! All right, I'm gonna need to go through that bit and figure out what I'm pulling.
Wow.
So
That was dramatic.
What
You
are
said
the other
eyes? Other
Crazy.
wing.
So, yeah, the bonus of that was you are now level 4 because you have consumed a legendary creature.
Fuck yeah!
But the other two are just there. They're unicorns. The unicorns are great for healing and or mounts. You can use them as necessary.
Right, get them on the ship.
They're on the ship.
All right. Who still needs mounts? Do they fly? I
Nope.
don't know anything about unicorns in
They're,
D&D.
they're regular horses, except for they have magic healing powers. So, just so
Okay.
you guys know, they are immune to being charmed, paralyzed, or poisoned. They are immune to all poisons. They have a hoof attack, a horn attack, and a healing touch that they can do 3 times a day. They can teleport once a day. And then they all have legendary actions. And then they have a couple traits. They have magic resistance, and their weapons count as magical. And then they can cast the Detect Good and Evil, Druidcraft, Pass Without Trace, Calm Emotions, Dispel Evil and Good, and Entangle.
Wow. Okay.
Love you.
Well, does anyone need a mount?
I lean over and says, I mean, I kind of do. Broom Thief.
Well, see if one of the unicorns likes you, I guess.
I have a hand,
Hey, can that hand even lift you anymore? You've like tripled
but I
in
don't
weight.
think it can carry me anymore. Yeah,
So that is a legitimate.
my hand can no longer carry me.
Correct.
Strong winds are no longer an inconvenience, though.
Yeah, right. There's a bonus to that. Especially being on the ship, it was dangerous. We had to tie you down. Also, as a side note, there is like no noted evil celestial gods that are easy to find, which means I just get to make some up. Wahaha! Prepare for dumb lore. Actually, you know what?
It's the purple.
We're gonna do the thing, and I will make it on the spot with the power of AI. Now, if I could just
Where's
figure
we haven't run into who's the purple smoke god that was our enemy? We haven't run into them in a hot minute.
We don't talk about him. Why'd you talk about him?
Oh,
Hmm.
sorry.
out.
I always
Isn't that the
talk.
guy who killed Kettle and Barry?
Yeah.
Kinda.
Yeah. Well, Kettle got killed by the dragon. That is your friend now.
Yeah.
Yes, and Barry.
Oh.
Oh no!
Gross.
Did he turn into like 3 people?
Who? Kettle?
Yeah.
Kettle was always one person. He was just robot boy.
Yeah, I
Didn't he-
thought it was made from the flesh of several people.
No, it was one dude. It was RoboCop. He was RoboCop. That's the easiest way to think about it.
Yeah. After he died, did he learn the
Okay.
truth about his family?
Maybe.
Now he's alive again, probably with flesh like me. Wonder what he looks like.
He just
We wouldn't even know if we saw him.
He just over there chilling in the time warp with all of our other people, and he just showed up like, "Who are you? You killed me, jerkwad. Prepare to die. I am intimidating. I am terror. Prepare yourself."
He was really spooky.
Literal revenant moment.
So, to answer your question from like 10 minutes ago, Thazardun is an evil celestial god. His symbols are a dark spiral, an eye with a black sun behind it, and broken chains.
Eyes, black sun behind it.
Yep, eyes with a black sun behind it, broken chains, and a dark spiral. Specifically, not singularly, like all 3 of them can represent parts of his being.
Okay. What's he the god of exactly?
Let's see here. Rebellion.
Ooh.
Oh, he's our god. What are we doing?
Yeah, so he's the celestial god of rebellion against cosmic order.
Well, should he be on our side?
Maybe.
Should we pray to him and talk to him? Is that how that works?
Maybe. Who knows?
Listen, I haven't prayed to people since the last time I had flesh.
Well, you got flesh back again. Might as well give it a shot, eh?
So, did you guys ever find out the reason why the gods are coming to Goofy up?
No,
Oh.
I don't know why.
Oh no! See, that's an important reason. That's something they'll have to get revealed next episode, when we start the next arc.
We just knew that they're coming, so we're getting ready.
Right? You were just like, we're ready to fight whoever. If Purple God is against us, we know he's bad. We're gonna fight all of them.
And now my shade of purple god is on our side anyway.
Allegedly.
What if the gods are coming to handle the purple god, but we think that they're on his side, so we're just fighting the normal gods for no reason?
We'll fight them all. I don't care.
So, after the craziness with the unicorns, you guys make your way over to Bliss. The town surrounds a monastery itself, and you'll notice that the population of men to women is way favoring the women to men. It's about a 7-to-1 ratio kind of thing. Quite a few of them are in holy robes on both genders, as they are probably a part of the monastery and whatnot. You see a lot of religious symbolism kind of everywhere. The town itself is carved out of a soft gray rock that almost makes it feel like it's made out of mud or something along those lines, but it is solid and well crafted, as if almost everything was carved out of one solid piece of stone.
So these are like nuns.
Essentially. And there's regular looking people too, but a good majority of them look like they're in some kind of various gods and deity stuff. It's not all the same one either.
Is this familiar? I had a vision about nuns.
Yes.
So this is that?
This feels very much like deja vu as soon as we enter the town. The boat, by the way, is parked outside of town. You guys have to walk in. So the 5 of us kind of make our way into the town. You'll notice there's no guards on the outside. There's no walls on the outside. There's just hanging gardens, and what looks to be food growing areas and things like that. And everything feels calm. As soon as you enter the area, you are under the what's the name of that spell? Sorry. Sanctuary spell.
Calmness?
No, it is Sanctuary. So basically you have disadvantage on attacks until you are hit.
Guys, I had a vision about this way back when.
Right.
Good or bad?
That's the whole reason we came here.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure the nuns in my vision turned into dogs, so let's watch out for that.
Dogs?
Is that in character? Because that's definitely not what happened, but okay.
Isn't it? I thought they like turned into werewolves, or there was a werewolf or something.
There was a large dog beast person that you spoke to that seemed to be very alive. Like he was interacting with you directly. He was friendly. He gave you advice. Told you to meet him.
Oh, where's the silver? The silver!
You have
a silverback.
I don't want to turn into a werewolf.
So, as you guys enter the town, this is where we're going to take our first break. And we'll roll between the last 2 Yahoos to see who gets their wish. So, Fran, since you haven't talked too much, do you want odd or even?
Odd.
All right, let me flip the camera really quick. And then we're going to take a 5-minute break for water, bathroom, all that fun stuff. All right.
That's good because I drank a lot of coffee.
That's a 4, younger. That means
boy.
That is your turn for the wish. So, for those of you watching, we will be right back. If you're watching this on YouTube later, come back in 5 minutes. Or, skip. Hey, and in the meantime and in between time, I'm going to make you guys listen to that new song I made one more time. Wahaha, prepare yourself.
Yeah. Riding in the top drop with the music up. The windows down, screaming G's up, riding in the top drop with the music up. The windows down, screaming G's up.
Loving you feels like heaven and hell.
Hopping out of plane, out of town flights. Yeah, seems like I must have done something right. Like I'm on the block, people on my product waiting in the line, and now it's all sold out. Hopping out of plane, out of town flights. Yeah, seems like I must have done something right. Like I'm on the block, people on my product waiting in the line, and now it's all sold out. Hopping out of plane, out of town flights.
You
Yeah.
got me, boy, I am under your spell. Loving you feels like heaven and hell. You got me, boy, I am under your spell. Loving you feels like heaven and hell. Come on, feel the groove and let your body move. Come on, feel the groove and let your body move. Yeah. Come on, feel the groove and let your body move. Come on, feel the groove and let your body move. Yeah. Come on, feel the groove and let your body move.
You know it.
I go out to find my wife and kids and give them a hug while I'm on a break, and they left. Hey, tragic.
Awesome. So another set of eyes. And
I was gonna say I'm gonna pull
Send a
up
picture of my sad face dice to the Discord.
That's so sad.
I saw the dice. They were very sad.
That's one of those things you don't think about while you're packing. I
No.
almost got in trouble the other day when they shipped us our new sets because they got here and they were all frozen. I was like, oh god, please don't be broken. Nope, they're fine. But
Good.
it took about half an hour before they were de-thawed. I was scared. So we're looking at our handy dandy book O stuff and think, what page is the? Oh hey, I think I flipped right to it. Except for this is vampire. There it is. So level 4, you get to choose between a boon and gain the flaw. The flaw is the pull of. How do you say that? Empyrean.
yep.
And then you get the aura of Holy Purge, aura of Merciful Blessing, or aura of Imperial Valor.
Yeah, I'm looking through them right now.
Well, since we know the flaw, let's read that off while people are waiting. I'm gonna put us back on screen. But we're not.
The flaw
starting.
is don't get in that one during spells, otherwise you're gonna be taking a lot of damage.
Is that what it is? That's terrifying.
Yeah, I will take so much damage. It's insane. It's what is it? I'm able to get up to 10d6 of extra damage done to me.
Gross. All right, your new native blade attempts to draw you to it, laying claim to your form. Whenever you roll a natural 1 for a saving throw against a magical spell or ability, you take 1d6 force damage per 2 class levels in addition to any other damage or effects that you would suffer as your native blade attempts to unbind you from the material plane. For example, a 6th level fighter would take 3d6 force damage. This damage ignores resistance and immunities.
Yep.
Ah!
Oh yeah.
Okay, so critical fails for you when spells and things are cast your way are a big oof.
Yeah, it's not great.
Especially at our level, you know what I mean? Like the spells that you're dealing with are like 7th level magic missiles.
Yep.
Just like
Well, with those on like that wouldn't matter.
you
That
can't
would
fail.
hit me
Yeah.
normally.
But you take what's a because you have to save. So it'll be a good spell to hit you with. Noted. thinking about it. Wahahaha.
Fireball would suck.
Fireball.
Lightning bolt would suck.
Yeah. Could you imagine like an
Anything.
8th level lightning strike?
Oh my god. Don't even get me started with well, you
Thunderclap.
could just entangle me, and if I fail, I'm fucked. Like
The vines are just real mean. This doesn't even do damage. Yeah, suffer.
Yep.
You get hit with vicious mockery.
Is vicious mock? Yeah, it's a save. Yeah, that would suck. It's like you got stupid wings, not one. You're not stupid. Stop it.
The voices are everywhere. Ah! The squad of bards, your worst enemy. You'll fail at one of these saves. They're just
A lot
gonna,
of bards is everyone's worst enemy.
especially the local inn.
I have to say, if I go
Oh.
to the Imperium, it just means that we're gonna need Marzex to open up a door for me to get out of there again.
Marzex, come back.
Yes.
Oh no, we're being funny. Sorry.
You know what we completely forgot?
Qua.
We were supposed to help your sister and Teflon take over the rebels. Abella Tulius is there.
We were supposed to do that. But I'm gonna yada past that. So that is a good point to bring up. I'm gonna roll some percentiles and see how well you did. You guys all right with that?
It's fine.
Sure.
Oh shit! Okay.
What
So
was it?
mission success was 74%, which is really really good for a mission success rate. So that means of the you probably killed all the leaders off without too much issue, without too many casualties. Personal casualties on your guys' side. 69. Perfect.
Nice.
No one died. Someone had a baby.
That's crazy.
You started. You gained more people than you started with. All right. And then faction relations at this point. We'll roll a d12. Okay, so you guys ended things on relatively good terms as well. So not only did you do what you were asked to get the favor and have her surrender, which means Profi gets a doohickey, which I will mark off in a second. You guys also succeeded on taking care of the majority of the issues in the town, and you're in good standing with the people there. So, you're welcome. Good rolls, DM. Good job, storytelling. We're skipping that segment only because I feel like it would bloat the end of the arc here. We may come back to deal with that IRL for another thing when it's only 2 or 3 of us and we have a flashback montage. But yeah, faded ends. Everyone wins. So, hey, side note, if she surrenders, I get a power boost, and I have no idea where my pencil disappeared to.
So do I want to go with resilience, which would allow anybody within a 20-foot radius that is one of my allies to basically have 1 legendary resistance?
Yeah,
How often
I like
does
that one.
I was gonna say, how often does that recharge?
Once per long rest, per whoever it is. So like, say if I were to use it, then I could only use it that one time until I take a long rest. Now,
Right, but-
everybody within that radius gets 1 of those, and it only recharges on a long rest.
Yeah, so that basically means you get 5 plus legendary resistances. They're just spread out amongst all of us.
Yeah.
That's pretty darn powerful.
Yep.
Yeah, except for you if you roll 1. I resist the effect, but also it hurts.
I die.
Well, that's the thing though. It changes it from a failing save to a successful save. So
Right, but it doesn't change the number.
no, but I don't think I don't know. You're the one that would make that call. In my head I would see it as being like, oh, it goes from on that one to being exactly the saved number.
So, I would say you would still save automatically, right? So when they get the effects and bad things that happen to you, but you would still suffer the consequences of rolling. It's kind of like rolling a 1 or a 3 on your gun, and their
Yeah.
AC is still low enough for it to shoot. You still hit
Gotcha.
them, but the bad thing happens, or the misfire
Gotcha.
happens, or whatever. You know what
I am just a gun now.
I mean?
I mean, if that's the case, then they could do Holy Purge, which is anybody within that 20-foot radius. If you make a attack roll and you hit it, you're able to choose to make it a critical instead.
So basically, we team up with you, and everyone gets a free crit every once in a while.
Yeah,
And that one
Yep.
recharges on a long rest as well.
long rest. All of them are long rest.
And what's the last one do? Just out of curiosity.
The other two, the Imperial Valor, will give everyone a +5 to your initiative roll, and you get advantage on your first attack.
We have a Valor Bard. We don't need that.
Right, and then the other one's Merciful Blessing, which is if you go down within 20 feet of me once per long rest, of course. Instead of going to 0, you go to 1 hit point instead. So say if you were to get the disintegrate on you, you would go zzz, and then you would have 1 HP.
Gotcha. Yeah. So I mean, that one's hard. I mean, the resistance one would be really good for everyone else too.
Yeah.
But the going down with you next to him seems highly unlikely. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Just in
unless
general.
unless they specifically are targeting one person that's like F that guy, or girl. I don't know. That's on you. The critical one's kind of cool, as it's kind of a free crit, and if we're next to you, we get the bonuses to it. But in all honesty, we're pretty spread out with how we fight.
Yeah.
So I don't know how useful that's going to be. I mean, but that's across the board. So I think either the single hit point or resistance are where you're going to be at, because at least on the resistance one, it gives you a free one as well, right?
Yeah. I mean,
So,
it gives me a free one for all of these as well. Like, I
right,
get everything involved
right,
too,
right.
so.
Yeah, but you already
Um,
do crit stuff out the wazoo.
yeah.
So the most beneficial thing, in my opinion, this is just my thought, is the resistance one.
Honestly, I think the Imperial Valor one is probably the best one. Because that +5 to initiative, that puts everybody up.
Right.
And we normally start off the battle all next to each other.
This is true. This is true. And it also gives you what advantage on the first things. That means the first time in combat, I automatically could hit my sneak attack with whatever the hell I'm doing, which would be
Yeah, because
helpful for me because I always don't get to do it for the first like 3 rounds.
yeah.
I know you have a couple of seconds to make your decision. We're gonna push forward with the wish of the younger. Well, I pour another drink. Just as a note, Icelandic vodka, solid choice.
Okay, so
I'm gonna go with the resistance.
my character is in his new flesh, once again having the humanity or elf brought back into his back to the living, has instilled some new thoughts and confusion within his own head as to his wishes. So I'm going to let the dice to decide, but basically one of them is one chance is going to be
Go back
in
to normal.
support of getting the siblings to either submit or die, one of those, or to fix the standing stones that banish the gods.
Do you yeah, oh god, what are they called? The gosh, they've been the MacGuffin for so long in this world.
The pillars or whatever.
No, they have a name. They're the gosh dang it. I forgot what they are called because we haven't used them at all.
Guardian stones.
No, that's not what they're called. Gosh dang it.
Barrier stones.
Oh dang it. They have a stupid name. It's a cool stupid name, damn it.
Either way, I'm gonna flip a coin to figure
Okay.
out whether we're killing the sibling. Dang it. My character's stupid. So Now I have to decide which version of that.
The cordon
Okay, well
stones.
that's cool, I
The
guess.
cordon stones. That's what they were called.
Yeah, the cordon stones.
The cordon
Yeah, that was what my
stone.
character was thinking. But then he decided that instead he wanted all the Profi siblings to submit because he's an idiot.
Okay, so as a side question, would you even know about the cordon stones? Has anyone in lore talked about that to you guys
Yes.
yet? Yeah? Okay. Oh, right.
Yes.
Yeah. Because you met Mom's character. Yeah.
That was like my character's original mission.
Yes, cordon stones. We haven't messed with that in a while. Anyway, so, you wish
But
that
I asked for all of the living siblings of Profi to submit to him and give him his bonus power and release their authority to the throne and submit to Profi for him to be the ruler of the empire.
Okay, well, damn, we should have done your wish last because there's gonna be a lot of cinematic craziness. So as you make your wish, Swiggity flexes and goes, "Okay, all right, I see what you're doing, and I like it, but the caveat being is I can't bring them here and command their will at the same time because reasons. Mostly because of the other magic already attached to whatever's going on with their family stuff. But give me a bit and I will make sure that when Profi sees them and talks to them, they will have no choice but to submit. Is that an acceptable amendment to your wish?
Only if you give us a little map that tells us where they're at so we can go to each one of them like it's Pokemon Go. I mean, what's that?
So, I will rephrase your wish. You wish to have Profi's siblings submit when he finds them on this magical map. And he pulls a piece of paper out of his pocket and he pulls it and hands it to you. Your wish has been granted. As long as Profi is holding that
I take
and
the map.
talking to his siblings, they shall submit willingly.
Take
Be
it
careful.
Profi.
I go
Give
and
it
I
to
look at
Profi.
Profi. I say, "Don't lose this," as I hand him a map.
Sweet. So, while
Don't say I never did anything for you.
Nobody needs to die now.
I
Hooray!
literally have never said that about you, Fred. Like, not even once. Had upset you would say that about me.
Well, don't start.
Don't start. Okay. Hey, just as a side note, did I send that thing to you guys in chat, or was it? Yeah, it had to be in chat. Never mind. So, I asked because I'm gonna get on Discord really quick, and we're gonna go through all the siblings that we haven't murdered and whatnot, so you guys remember this, because I assume you guys didn't go over the chat.
Dang it, we should have resurrected all of them so that we could get them to submit too.
Any of the powers that have been murdered and taken by others, if I'm not mistaken, when they surrender that all of the power from them goes to the person they surrender to, right?
Nope, unfortunately not. Just their
Damn.
individual power, which is fine because it's still like a plus 17 to my stats at this point. Like, we've killed like 4 or 5, right? How many have we murdered? I don't know. Let's go over. I have to get past all these freaking gifts though. Come on, y'all. All right, I found it. Maybe. All right, let's open this bad boy up. Oh god, you know what I should have done? I should have copied and pasted this and then changed the. I think I can still do that, so I can actually read all these things. Because I'm smart. SMRT. All right. Oh, you tell me I can't edit this? Oh. Okay, whatever. So, starting at the top. Are y'all ready?
Sure.
So we had Proteus, which was already dead. He's been dead for a long time, so we don't got to worry about him. We have Henry the male. We have Prince. Somewhere. We have Abella, female. Saphir, which is in the Capitol Hospital. We have Hexus, who we murdered. We have Marius, female. She's in Delph. You guys missed her somehow. We have Tom Shire, who was captured by pirate. Tom Shire was the zombie that we dealt with, if I remember correctly, right?
Yes.
So
Yeah,
he's not
sounds
on
right.
there. And then we have Guers, a male.
You had a French one, huh?
Yeah. He's a Mac. Hilius, which I believe was he was with Moxie.
So they're dead.
And that was
Oh, yep.
that was Barry's best friend.
No.
Moxie we murdered. Malton is an Avalon. Fellera is in Finn, which again somehow you guys missed her.
Nice.
Yeah, right. Mikai is in Alpine. Glennis is in Lineage. You guys haven't been there. Ooh, hey. Haha. There's all kinds of lore on this one. If you guys have actually read these, they're kind of funny. Lucas and Pipier, you guys murdered already. Jaxus is in Fairdeath, which means you flew over him. Mallory, you've met, if I remember correctly. Oh, wait. No, you guys missed her. She's in Reach.
No, we'll see her in a bit.
Let's see. Porkish is dead. He was killed by Henry. So you guys don't get that power.
Porkish.
Sylvia is unknown. But who is the sister that was in the town that we went to recently? That we just
Abella.
Abella. Oh, Bella. Yeah. So you don't have to worry about her. And then we have Matin, who's a female, who's in Dirk, and then myself.
The baby.
The baby.
Well, you want to cutscene us visiting all the alive ones and take their power?
So I mean, if you guys want to go through all that and have the quick cutscenes with the individual, but we're in Bliss. We should probably finish the Bliss storyline because that is the most apparent, and we can start next arc with the cutscene. This is what happened in the meantime.
On the previous episode.
Yeah, right. Well, it's an OVA for later. We'll save it for another day. But that aside, if I counted right, that means I have 17 pluses to put into my stats. And I don't think I can even put 17 pluses into all my stats.
You're gonna start taking damage, but you'll be good at everything. So it's just like how Sophie has like a plus
Well, so if you
23 to strength.
so if you guys remember, I can only it only levels me up to 16. So anything above 16 does it like I have to do through normal leveling stuff. So it's not
Damn.
hyper overpowered, but it gets me to a +3 on all my stats. If I was
That's
to
not bad.
murder all, yeah, it's a great thing for storytelling, and there's lots of fun for character leveling up. But for this, hey, you'll get it all at once, surprise! It's gonna change a whole bunch of my stats. Profi goes from being like, I'm kind of okay at all the things, because right now it's like 14s and 11 and a 12, and then like my good stats. So it's like I was pretty good at most things except for what do I have an 11 in?
Is he gonna be the
it's a
smartest
16.
one
Never
here
mind.
now?
No,
No,
because it'll be
okay.
16, and I think we have an 18 in the group, right? Yeah. But I will be smarter. I'm on, whatever. But just
yeah,
as
I tell it 18.
for you guys, just if you care at all, since all these other stats are at 14, I'm going to actually increase my charisma, so I'm prettier. I'm now at 15.
Fuck yeah.
Ooh.
but that was from dealing with the other sibling,
Yeah.
Abella. So
He hit his
How
head on
you
the
doing?
door and just got handsome Squidward.
hit him with the auto riz.
It's
Um,
Balenciaga Pro.
Yes, there it is. Balenciaga trophy. Balenciaga trophy. Ridiculous. Anyway, that all aside, your wish comes true. Again, we'll kind of play through that later. That might be a bit of the next arc anyway. But you have the key to doing it if we don't cutscene it. So I will someone write that down in the chat for me for later so I can remember to write it when I actually have a pen. Because the boy has stolen all of my pencils and I do not know where he hid them.
Popcorn guys.
Popcorn, John. All right, so you're in Bliss. What would you like to do?
Do I? This would probably be a bit of a stretch, but do I recognize any of the nuns?
Roll me a D100.
D100. Let me find my dice that are intact.
You can still roll the broken ones, right? They just have liquid everywhere. You gotta wash them off first.
55.
Nice, good roll. Now,
Oh.
but as a side note, if you remember, they were all topless and naked, so you might have not really been paying attention to their faces.
Just said I'm looking at faces.
Well, then that's the other issue. They're clothed currently, so not a lot of help there.
He's a feet guy, don't matter.
He's a feet guy. Shut up, Younger. Don't you put that evil on us, Ricky Bobby.
Should we, I don't know, start asking about a dog man?
Sure, if that's what you want to do.
Are you sure it was a dog?
Would you like to make a survival check or nature check or anything like that to kind of point you in the right direction?
Sure. Oh, survivor or nature, they're the same.
Well, you tell me,
Actually,
because
no.
they're different results.
I'm very smart, so nature's a little bit better.
Okay, well, if you rolled nature, I'll tell you what the dude you're looking for is race-wise.
Oh man, I got it. I know.
That's gonna be an inspiration I'm gonna use here.
Inspire your own memory. Nice.
17.
17. So you know for a fact that the person you were talking to is a old caninium.
A caninium.
Yep. So caniniums are a race of shifters, right? Is what they technically fall under, is the shifter category. So they're like descendants of werewolves. Except for they are more of the in-between dog phase. So like their natural state is like the middle stage between a werewolf and a human. So that's kind of what they look like, is the easiest. If you've watched Werewolves of London, mid-transformation, before they get that long snout that turns them into a dog, where they're kind of just like hairy fur all over, and the Wolfman from the old horror movies, that kind of look to them is how they look. You will know with the 17, as they get older, they gain the ability to actually shapeshift and fully shift, like a shifter, into a full beast form, and then they can actually shift into a dog instead of a wolf.
Okay, so I guess I'll ask around if there's a caninium living here, or if anyone knows of any particularly old dogs that have just seemed to have been around for forever.
Sure. Go ahead and roll a survival check. As you
Does this sound like a church town?
Essentially, this is an easy way to describe it. Sure.
Awesome. Does there seem to be any area where there's people looking for a new god to worship? I gotta prophesize.
You can try if you would like. Well, we'll roll for that in a second because I feel like that's interesting.
19.
19. Fantastic roll. So as you look around the town and ask some people, hey, do you know a caninium or some kind of old dog that's been here forever? He might be in the actual monastery, yada, yada, yada. You kind of get like the side eye, like Why would you ask that? It's so dumb. Yeah, of course. There's an old monk up there that's a Canadian that's lived there for as long as anyone can remember.
Okay, well, I'm not from here, bro. So.
Yeah, we can tell with those clothes.
Does he have a name? Is that a
Because I'm
thing?
so well dressed, I know.
Does he? Oh, someone's breaking into my house. Hopefully, it's my
That's
wife.
the thing, right?
I'm gonna check because that's really loud.
You guys want to know a really weird fact?
Off into the void.
Always.
Sure.
I onto the Discord on my old phone that I haven't updated or anything, and your guys' video quality is pristine. I can watch you through my phone on the old phone perfectly fine.
Wait, are you using the old phone right now?
Yeah, I'm using my old phone right now. This is the phone I usually use for my character sheet. But like I could barely hear you guys on mine, and then I turned my old phone on and I plugged it in, joined it, and it was just like boom. The only thing that's weird is ducks keep on appearing on my screen periodically.
Yep.
Shenanigans.
And that tiny duck. Yeah, stuff like that. That was astronaut and a hot dog. I don't know what these are.
I'm not gonna do that one.
Hey, listen.
God.
Hey, on a plus note, welcome to the intruder. And on a also plus note, they brought sun chips. Oh no, cheese balls. Also, why do you keep flashing your peach, dude? What are you peaching it up for? Cheese, peach, cheesy peach. Sounds gross. Don't eat cheese and peach.
Ew.
Cheesy balls, peachy cheesy balls.
That sounds fire.
Not fire. All right. Anyway, sorry for that. So, yeah. You asked for the name, right? With a 19. And they just call him the merchant.
The Omega Merchant?
No, just the merchant.
Let's go see the merchant.
Which one? Haha. But before you guys make it into the monastery itself, the angel wishes to prophesize, apparently.
Yep.
So you go to an open square with people gathered and kind of, listless. They look like a bunch of yahoos, young people that aren't quite in the same robes as everyone else, or distraught yahoos, things like that. You found a
People
spot.
that are having crises of faith.
Maybe. So, how are you prophesizing? What are you doing here to...
I'm going to be like, I know this sounds crazy being in a town, or I know this sounds crazy being in a town full of churches, right? But what I'm about to show you is going to give you some new faith, and I would like it if you guys were to possibly think about worshiping my God. Now, you were all extremely lucky right now, because I'm an angel. Literally. And I'm just going to drop my visage.
You see an Asmar go, that ain't that special.
With multiple wings, whole eyes. I'm just like, I see you too, but you're not like me. Now, here's the best part. The God of Luck is here to bless upon you with some good luck. Who would like to play a game?
I think so.
Just a simple game. It's
A
just
small child appears.
I do magic.
It's a man
Yeah.
in the crowd.
awesome. This is great. All right.
I'm just picturing one slow guy in the crowd. I do magic.
All right. Well, by the gods, Trex, I am a warrior. I'm not good at this part. I don't know. And then I just kind of start rattling on about Trex, and then set
Make
up
a
some games for
religious
people to
roll.
play. Awesome.
I'll inspire you. I'll play some music in the background, some like gospel music.
Fuck yeah. So I did get a 19. Should I use the bardic inspiration for this?
If you want. You're pretty
Fire
sure
one
you
up.
succeeded, but higher number better.
All right, and then plus another 5 on top of that, so 24.
Fuck you, asshole.
That was not the Arnold Schwarzenegger sound effect I was expecting. Dang it! It was.
Bargain
That one guy
Schwarzenegger.
in the crowd.
It was supposed to be a you son of a bitch. But that one's good too. So as you watch the crowd play their games and things, the person that originally said I do magic and you prophesize to and whatnot sits down and starts winning games. And so that's one of the reactions of one of the people that has lost 10 games in a row to this guy.
Oh, well, looks like Trex smiles upon you. So, how do you feel?
He wiggled his head up and down. Yeah, I like it.
There you go. Would you like to possibly join?
Sure, yeah, I can do that.
Awesome.
All of a sudden,
I give him a pamphlet.
Want to be a high priest?
I don't right, squawk him up. So as you are handing him a pamphlet, you hear a large dong in the background as a small explosion goes off at the monastery, and a bell flies and crushes him right then and there.
A what flies?
A bell, like a heavy church bell.
Do we get any? Can we do a check or something?
I mean,
can I try to push him?
You feel dissuaded to by your god, as if this was meant to happen.
Okay.
Well,
and the god said,
and the bell breaks in a certain crack that says "join," and blood squiggles out the bottom.
East.
I'm a pass.
So, how about that?
Yeah.
You gonna join?
You hear someone in the back go,
Hey, that's pretty good.
Is it?
So you'll go on to explain that luck goes both ways, both good and bad, and the worshipping of this god does not guarantee good luck without bad luck.
Mm-hmm.
So then
but it
why?
does guarantee a good time. Anyway.
Some people might say it's smashing.
That's a rainer.
All right. Now, where is there a building that I'm able to buy up to make it into a church for y'all?
A couple of them go, we don't have church buildings here. At least not permanent ones.
Oh, all right, that's fine then. Cool. Let me hand you some pamphlets.
The bell, can't they? Just altar.
I mean, technically this is a miracle location, so yes. Not all miracles are positive, right?
No.
For
I
the
got
bell tolls.
I'm about people, and you can't say
It's
things like that.
unbellable.
How many people do I get to join?
I'll let you roll this one. Go ahead and take a D12 and multiply it by a D100.
Roll 12.
And an double 0. It's get 1,000 something people off the bet.
-1.
I got a 7.
Mm.
And then times up by 100.
No, buy a D100.
Times by a D100. Okay. Where is that? Oh. That's 644 people.
Well,
I got a 92.
That's a pretty darn good roll. So the luck god spreads like wildfire through the town. So treks. There's a whole bunch of Trekkies in town now.
Yes, it finally happened. The pun. I set it up so long ago.
You're welcome.
Nice.
You know, for as much as they believe in luck, there's a lot of science involved too, because mathematics and whatnot. Their favorite spell is teleport. They wear red shirts.
No, that means they're all gonna die.
Whoa.
Well, you just saw the bell, didn't you? He was definitely not saved by it.
The red shirt God
there a
giveth, and the red shirt God taketh away.
Is there a corpse left behind? Is it underneath the bell?
I mean, you literally saw blood squirt out the bottom, so,
Okay.
So,
Is anyone gonna bury him?
the bell took care of it for him.
The bell is now a landmark for treks. It's a holy site.
The first victim of the Trekkie plague.
I think he's playing a trek on you.
Can't wait for the conventions.
I'm
Might
so
say that
happy.
they really cling onto that bell.
I'm so happy that the pun finally made it all the way around.
So, the Trekkies have been formed on Jake. Congratulations. Now for us to get copyright infringed. Yes, so that takes place over the next week or two as people get converted and start kind of following the stuff. It's not instantaneous, there's only we'll say 1/10 of that in the square. And not all of them take heed of said warnings. But enough of them do that you'll get a solid chunk of peeps to follow you. The rest of us make our way to the monastery. And the monastery is unguarded. Doors are open. People are enclosed, unfortunately for Rhett. But he does recognize several more faces. Not names or anything, because he didn't get any of those. But he definitely recognizes people from his vision. Or dream, or whatever you want to call it.
So I'm just picturing him recognizing a face and then being like, all right, yeah.
So, as dawn breaks, as dawn falls and night appears, the lights are turned on, and the nuns and various other religious people in the monastery disappear for some time. But in the center courtyard, surrounded by a trickling pond pool, you see one lone person, and the plants seem to be forming around him and sort of dancing back and forth slowly.
So, are we seeing them from behind? Like, we can't tell who they are?
Correct.
Can we get a name? Yeah, what was his name? I forgot already.
The merchant.
The merchant.
Merchant. I'll yell, hey, merchant! But I'll also cast Speak with Plants, just so I can eavesdrop on the plants.
The plants are silent. They are but dancing. The very tall Caninium, which I don't think he's that tall. He's like 5'9". Stands up, turns around, and looks at you and goes, "Ah, Rhett Stonybrook, you've made it here finally."
So you know who I am? Was it you in my vision? It wasn't just a picture of you?
You were here in spirit quite some time ago. You not remember seeing all the naked lady souls walking around?
I do remember that. They aren't here now, though.
No,
So,
they're here. You just couldn't see their clothes because you were in some spiritual form.
oh. We'll have to do that again sometime. But for right now,
But your funeral.
what what do
We
you
don't say
want
that
from
name.
me? Why did I have a vision of you?
Well, you have captured lightning in a rod, yes?
Yes, we have.
I'll take that from you.
Why?
Well, it's mine is the easiest way to describe it.
Well, considering we have it, I think it's ours.
And possession is 9/10 of the law.
Yes, my young elf friend, for sure. But I'm asking politely, and I don't have to.
Sure, but do you have anything I'm able to use to like, replace
Insight
them?
check.
Yeah, because my friend put it in their gun, and so now they shoot magic bullets. So it's kind of like really important.
Well, I put it in the cannon specifically.
So
I
you
thought
Yeah.
need
that was
some
really
kind of
my goal.
lightning source to power your machine?
The power of the lightning shot, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You obviously don't know who I am, then, yes?
Nope.
Nope.
No one sent you to me. You just came here because of the dream. You just showed up to
Yep.
some random Yahoo at a monastery, just hoping he'd help you because he said he would.
Yeah, basically.
Well, now that you
Honestly,
said it, we sound kind of dumb.
we kind
Well,
Listen,
I mean,
Trek
we're adventurers. It's kind of what we do. Like,
Treks
No,
leads in
no.
mysterious ways.
I remember the days. So you called me the merchant earlier, so you've obviously heard my nickname around here. But yeah, I'm a purveyor of magical items and such. And he pulls out a small crystalline looking thing, and it seems to spark lightning. And he goes, "I'll happily trade you, so it does not break your weapon."
Wait a minute. Lightning Merchant Lightning Wolf Industries?
Someone's fast.
oh, Frag, give him the thing.
I've just been
All right.
around a little bit longer than it seemed.
I put the cannon down and I pop it open and pull out the lightning rod and hand it to him and put my hands out for the gem.
He hands you the gem, and in your hand, you can feel it as it burns into your soul. It hurts to touch this thing. This is immensely powerful.
Delicious.
So, as a bonus for trading this item out for the lightning rod, you get an extra 1d6 to the damage that you do with your lightning.
Awesome.
Ooh. So now that we have that out of the way,
You might want to take 2 steps back.
I take
okay,
3.
I'll do that.
So, as he sets the rod down on the ground, that monster that you fought earlier releases itself from the rod, right? Stands 50 feet above you, full lightning craziness. And you see him just touch it, and it shrinks down to the size of nothingness. And he looks like he's grown not taller, but thicker and younger, whatnot. And he is surrounded by an aura of lightning. Easiest description is like Super Saiyan 2 from Dragon Ball Z. Right? Is kind of what he looks like for a couple seconds while he's absorbing this thing. And then it kind of all calms down and relaxes. And you see him shift into more of a human form than he was before. And look back at you and goes, "Oh, forgot what that felt like." So, why are you here, Rook Storybook and Rook Storybook's friends? Rhett Storybook's Rook Storybook. That's a whole different character.
That was just characters.
That's
How's
that's
that make
okay.
you feel, Profi? How's it feel being a side character?
I'm always a side character. You guys just follow me around. You're really interested in the side quest.
We are currently gearing up for a fight against the gods. I don't know if you heard about that. And we could use some help. whatever help you could give us.
Well, what help do you seek? Because I have a plethora of resources on both this world and the next. I'm owed quite a bit of favors, and I own quite a bit of stuff. As your friend in the corner mentioned earlier, I am the owner of Lightning Wolf Industries, so my connections to the arcane are deep. And the only
We
person
are
I listen to at this point for commands and things like that is the Emperor, because he formed a pack quite some time ago that kept me contained. And since you've given me my powers back that were magnificently stolen from me several centuries ago, I don't really have to listen to anybody now.
Well, you see, there is an emperor. There's an emperor
He's dead.
somewhere.
Mm-hmm. And they're
Well-
waiting for the heir. Right.
right, but the heir is
You point
right
at
there.
Profi.
Yeah.
Please don't kill
Tulius,
him.
in front of me. Oh, it's the bravest man I've seen in quite some time. He appears in front of Profi almost instantaneously. Profi
Oh man.
does not move. He just like accepts his fate because he's been there before recently.
Yes. I don't want to watch Profi get another smackdown.
As he glares into Profi's soul is the easiest way to explain things that are occurring. You see him look from side to side, eye him up in a matter of seconds, and then take a step back. Okay. A Tulius that doesn't back up from something that should kill him. That's a first. Usually a lot are cowards.
This guy. We watched him get his ass beat by his stepmom just like a week ago, and he took it like a champ.
I look over. Stepmom?
He got
Oh.
nothing on his stepmom.
Oh.
That was his wet nurse. Get it right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I mean, stepmom. That's a way better description than what I've been calling her for years. It's like all those horrible
Yeah.
stories. Anyway,
So yeah, we got a good Tullius, and we have a good cause. And so we heard that you are a guy that might have some legendary items
Mhm.
that would help us out.
well, first comes first. I have to rid you of your corruption. You have
My what?
your corruption there, Stony Brook. You are infected by another god's influence, and I am not a fan of them dealing with my affairs, especially the one that has a hold on you physically currently.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, would you like me to fix it for you?
No.
Well, corruption sounds bad, so okay.
Wonderful. He grabs you by the chest, and he doesn't grab you. He grabs Cuddles
No!
and crushes her in his hand. And you guys who have not seen Cuddles this entire time see this creature that is just all over Rhett's body, from like his head to his toes, just wrapped around him, way more than what Rhett realized. Just fry.
Whoa! What is that?
It looks again.
Oh,
We're
man.
talking scenes of stuff and things. You'll see this thing like just electrocute and just fly into pieces. And you as it bursts apart, you can see its purple, shadowy, viscous blood and all kinds of other stuff just into purple smoke. And Rhett falls down because he's
How are
basically
you
Was it a
fucking
cat?
with that shit?
Rhett!
So I have had this thing since we did the episode where we each individually did our deal, like when everyone else left and like we had a one-on-one. This was my result. I've had an invisible friend.
Rhett, add +10 to your health.
Oh. Okay, well sorry, Cuddles.
What did your friend do?
Kept him alive.
That, but also like spoke. Like, so remember when we fought the Elder Brain? I could speak to its globs because she could translate for me. I think she did some
Okay.
other stuff.
She did lots of
What
stuff.
does it look
actually.
like then? What does the creature itself? Like, what did it look like?
So from what you guys could see, it looked like a starfish almost is an easy descriptor, except for it had like a singular head that kind of picked out. And then from the starfish was a whole bunch of tentacles that wrapped all around Rhett's body.
Oh, that's gross.
Rhett, you will also notice that you now have a resistance to psionic attacks.
Oh.
Whereas before, you didn't know it, but you had a vulnerability.
Oh, good thing we never fought anything that did that.
Yep. You also feel
Just
better.
I can't keep any pets, man. I'm a terrible pet owner.
Ah,
Did Stinger 1 and Lucky come back to life?
They were all part of the Royalists.
That's a really good question. I'm gonna roll for that. I would say
Especially
no,
since
yes.
Stinger was intelligent. He was awakened.
yeah, both of them were awakened.
I didn't awaken Lucky.
You didn't? Oh no, you didn't awaken Lucky. I'll roll for that though.
They were
Lucky's
part of
lucky.
the Royalists.
Okay, I'm gonna give them an odd even each. So Stinger 1, Stinger 2, and Lucky all have a chance of coming back because they were with the party long enough to be considered royalist. All right, Stinger 2. No, I'm sorry. Odd number 7. Was not royalist enough to be royalist.
That's sad.
She lives on though in your wings that are fully developed BT dubs. It's been long enough.
Oh yeah. Sweet.
Now that Cuddles is gone, you can actually use them. So,
Cuddles.
did I tell you the how those work? So,
my wings?
yes, your wings.
No.
So basically, you can use them as a boost for jumping, right? So they give you the equivalent of the jump spell, whatever you need it for doing whatever. You can also fly slowly up, so your fly speed is like 5 feet because again, they're small wings comparatively to your body, and they basically give you a free feather fall as you can glide and fly with them. So they're not super great, but they're better than nothing.
I say
Like,
what that means is I tie a rope onto you and then you just fly behind me.
Whee! He's like a kite.
Fly on!
All right.
Fairy
So do
boy!
you want to do Lucky or Stinger first?
Lucky. We'll do it dramatic list.
Okay. That's a dead rabbit. Sorry. Makes sense. Wasn't awakened. Wasn't a full party member. All right, Stinger.
Yeah.
6 or a 9. 6. You're good.
He comes back?
He comes back.
What?
He's very far away though. He will come to you eventually. But you felt when all the royalists came back that Stinger was among them because he was a real person.
I'll send Lemon to go find him and take him to Breach eventually.
Eventually they're just gonna hang out together for like 6 months as he travels. So now that you're clean of your corruption and we are no longer being spied on, or at least not as heavily, how can I help you?
Well, thank you. I didn't realize that my little squiddy friend was evil. So, but also,
Wait. Time out. The only way that thing got on you was you made some kind of deal with you guys call him funeral now.
yeah, well, tomato. But so is there anything else you can help us? Can you do to help in the fight coming up? Because I feel like it's also probably in your best interest to help us because they're bad.
So I spent the good majority of my life collecting cordon stones and dealing with adventurers and building this world up to where it is now from the underside of nothing. And now you expect me to stand and fight against gods because they're just showing up and being jerkholes like gods do. I don't even have to be on this planet anymore. I can leave at any point I want and have other fun adventures. You know why I stay?
Because we're awesome and you like us a lot.
Who is we?
Yeah, mortals. The Earthlings.
What do you think I am?
A spaceling.
Not that.
A werewolf.
Kegel's Acunimonium.
Caninium is my race, yes.
Yeah.
But that's not what I meant. I meant, do you believe I'm not mortal anymore?
I believe you are you.
Side question: how many gods do you think I've killed?
More than none,
Insight.
but less than all of them.
That's the most open-ended question possible. You're right, but also I need some specifics. If you want me to help you fight against a guy, wouldn't it be helpful if I've killed more than one, or if I've dealt with others? Like, who are you trying to recruit right now? Sunnybrook, I need you to think for a minute. Who are you talking to? You know what you're getting yourself into. Obviously, you make bad contracts with powerful deities that could hurt you.
Yeah.
So
Right.
who are you talking to?
I'm talking to the next one.
Am I going to deceive you for my own gain like the last one? Do you know who I am or what I've done?
Yeah, but even if you do, it always works out.
Can I do a history check?
Sure.
Can I inspire him?
Is he over
Do you have
1,000 years old?
Do you at this point? Yes.
Okay, then I have advantage.
I will also
Doesn't
inspire
matter.
him.
How are you
Oh,
inspiring
cool.
him while
That
you're in the middle of a conversation? Are you just like booty
I'm
shaking?
humming.
Like,
Wait.
oh, humming, nice. I like that. Okay.
Woo! Okay, so I got a 17 total with the with my pluses from this lovely dice that he gave me.
Need a break for 10 seconds?
Otherwise, I would have had a 9.
Okay, well, good job on the pluses. Total again, one more time.
17.
Good roll. So, with a 17, from what all he has said, you're 90% sure this is one of the original founding members of Law.
Oh, I've made a couple of those.
And yes, and you are, again, pretty sure this is Alpha.
Okay.
With
I
the
have
17,
an idea.
you can learn one thing about Alpha that you would know from the legends.
How many gods has he killed?
7.
Well then.
So as a side note, in character with our group, the original Law characters, we killed 3.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds right? Yeah, we killed 3 of them. And then after story and in helping with other Yahooery, the Law killed 4 more in total.
And none of them were funeral.
Unfortunately not. No.
Motherfuckers.
So if I know, because I can cast message, so like message, like I feel like
Sending.
Marzex would know, so like message Marzex, be like, who the hell is this guy?
He's one of the original members of Law. His name is Alpha. He was a friend of that jerkhole named Henry who we met at the palace.
And Lexington Thule, who you guys have also met.
And Lexington Thule, who we have also met, who I have an agreement with. So you should throw Lexington Thule's name in there, saying that we're fighting because we need to install this guy as emperor, and it's kind of pointless to have an emperor if we don't have a world to save, right? Yeah.
So how'd you kill a god?
Which one?
Tell me how you did it, period.
Well, one of them I killed with my bare hands.
Right,
As I'm a druid, I turned my hands into bears and just clawed his face off in his realm, which was impressive to say the least.
More info, druid.
Right.
One of my best friends, Penelope, poisoned to death after putting their brother to sleep for indefinitely, and then we just stabbed them until they died. That was exciting. Well, one of them we
Alright.
took a. Well, you guys wouldn't understand how that worked. A bright beam of light that comes out of the end of a very big machine, and just eviscerated a god because they were not ready. We killed a. I don't know if demigods count. Do demigods count? Because
I don't
No.
know for half a
that,
god.
that one we had a special sword and we just cut him into pieces.
So right, I'll relay everything Marzex just said. I'll be like, oh, you're Alpha, and you've killed 7 gods, and I know everything about you. What do I look like, an idiot?
Henry
Yes.
stole our special sword.
Yeah,
Is that the sword?
probably.
Son of a bitch.
So,
Did it make the user invisible?
yes.
Then yes, that was the sword we used to kill a god. Speaking of
Fran
Henry,
just
did you happen
looks at
to
her hand.
remove the collar around his neck, or he still have that on when you saw him?
Still has it
I
not.
honestly don't remember if he did or not.
Go ahead and make an intelligence check, all of you, to see if any of you remember him having a collar on. Because I don't think
didn't
it's a
need 'em.
description I add. Oh, okay.
I got an 8.
I can't roll today.
12.
12.
Well, critical fail on Profi. Profi was like, I never met the man. He just abducted me.
He's
So with the 12, I'm gonna say you guys do remember a collar, and you definitely didn't remove it because I don't think any of you actually touched him or interacted with him more than him going, oh, doing mean things and then disappearing.
definitely a fetish.
Definitely.
You guys know the collar is what controls Henry. It keeps him bound to the Imperial family, much like my lightning demon was mine. So if you want his help, we're going to have to remove his collar.
Why
Well-
can't we just have our friend be like, "Hey, help us," since he's their emperor?
He's not the emperor yet. Also, it's easier to make sure he doesn't want to kill them if
I mean,
he's the one that sets them free.
I don't know how to tell you about this about Henry, but he's kind of a wild card. You don't really know what he's ever going to do. I've been friends with him for centuries, and we've fought physically a handful of times, and I can't tell you if I've ever won any of them. So, you know.
Okay.
But to answer my own question, why do I stick here on Jake? It's because my wife is buried in Everest. I haven't decided to leave yet. I've been here for, I don't know, 10 centuries, so a millennia almost after her death. Notice how Younger is crying.
Well, if that's the case, then you should fight for Jake because it's your home, man. It's where your wife is buried, and it's where all the good people are.
Mm.
There's good people all over the
There's also the
all
place
over
where
multiverse,
Rexus
but-
Tullius took over. Despite my best efforts in training the next generation and making an economic, happily place where no one went hungry, it got corrupted again and again and again. And every time I've interfered with this world, it's gotten better for about a decade, 2 decades, half a century, something like that. And then it all goes to shit again.
Much like the tide of
because
luck.
of some stupid purple god that can't keep his fingers out of it. So
let's kill him, bro. Let's kill him.
So I will make you a deal. If you can kill Funeral, guarantee his death, I will help you.
Guaranteed.
All right, Rhett Stony Brook. Shake my hand. If he is not dead by the end of your story, the end of your life, your essence belongs to me.
How about I shake your hand on
No. This is between me and Mr. Stony-Brook.
Man, we already know he makes bad decisions. We went over this.
I Shake his hand.
All the wrong decisions. Perfect. You shake his hand and purple smoke filters off of him slightly. Yes, and the deal is made.
Wait. Insight. Is it really him or is it funeral?
Roll it.
Yeah, I want to do that too.
Wow, that I did really good actually. Just a sec. I gotta check my stat. Oh,
I got a 28.
Okay.
I got a 19 plus pluses.
Okay.
Um,
Both of you know that the smoke came off Rhett, not off Alpha.
Okay.
wait, does that mean that Rhett is funeral?
Rhett's actually been part of funeral for so
Rhett's
long.
been funeral the whole time?
No, Rhett is not funeral, but as stated before, he was corrupted by him.
Oh, okay.
Who knew?
Well,
Rhett
guys,
was the
looks like
bad
I gotta
guy.
kill a god.
So, as a note, for the adventuring party, Rhett Stonybrook has to land the final hit against Funeral.
That was no. He said he had to
That's not-
guarantee his death. He had to
Yeah.
guarantee the death.
Uh-huh. Rhett Stonybrook
Guaranteed.
has to land the final hit against Funeral.
That was not the deal. That was not the deal.
Congratulations.
was-
Congratulations, Rhett. You just became the main character.
I want it so badly to be done with a vicious mockery.
Please, I beg you.
Funeral's
When the
not
time...
even a real god's name.
Funeral? What are you, some kind of Funa suck?
It's really
You're just over here
shitty.
prepping. So, jokes aside, as you have made your deals, he goes, okay, so look, I'm willing to give you stuff and things. It'll take me some time to acquire. Unfortunately, the majority of my assets have been sealed away by the Imperium. And I will have to retrieve them. But what specifically are you looking for so I can know which vaults to take care of first?
Like one per person, or like just a thing?
Look, one per person will be easy, but what do you need? What do you think you need?
I want the most badass loot ever made.
You want the most badass loot ever made.
Gets
Ever
the
made.
same old loot he traded.
Yeah, right? I was going to say, well, there's this one that's like necrotic and double looted and like it's super dope, but no.
Yeah, like better than an Olam harp, because that's like it's kind of like the best instrument already, and that's what I have. So
Yeah, I was gonna say you got a really good thing as is, but you want to loot specifically.
I just like a harp is kind of like it's
Okay.
angel-y, but like I want to Jack Black it into battle. You know what I mean?
He goes, okay, so my friend a long time ago had a loot that wasn't used for magic, but inevitably got cursed by some dead children that we were raising when they died. Long story
You were
short,
raising dead children that died.
no. Sorry, the children died while we were adventuring. I don't own this thing anymore, but I know where it's at.
I mean, haunted loots can't be that desirable.
Well, this one allows you to command angels.
Oh,
I don't
Freya.
like this very much.
Yeah, he looks over at you and says, "Sorry, I didn't do it. It wasn't me this time." But it's in the middle of the Deathmite Fields. You know where those are?
Do we?
Yo, fuck that. Yo, that was a
fuck.
different campaign too, bro.
Yeah, it's on this continent. It's down to the south before you get to Delph. It's on
Different character, Roger. Different character.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
But yeah, this loot's in the middle of the Deathmite Fields, which is actually underground now. The Imperium covered them over, I don't know, a century ago to stop them from spreading. So they're contained in a cave, and the loot is in the cave. That would be
Do
the
we
best loot I have and could direct you to, but it's near almost guaranteed death.
Well, can you get it?
I mean, I could try.
I mean, I just promised to kill a god for you,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, yeah. No, I understand. But have you ever dealt with death mites?
I mean, no, but I've slept with minotaurs. It can't be that much worse.
Oh, it's so much worse. Minotaurs are soft and cuddly. Death mites are
not when they're just bones?
invincible and they'll keep spawning forever, and they just nibble away at your existence. It's terrible. Yeah. Have you guys actually not fought death mites yet?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. I'll keep that in mind for later, because death mites are really fun to fight against.
They're
Right,
not
Younger?
fun to fight. Go away. Nobody likes them.
All right, guys. What other impossible items do you want to ask for? Like a gun that shoots buildings.
Well, there's this ice bow.
Oh, that was the thing, right?
Somebody
was-
still owns it.
Say what?
Isn't that why we came here? Something about an ice bow?
No.
I don't remember.
Yeah. There is an ice bow, but it's a Mac. So you're one of the Yahoos you're traveling with, the
Yeah.
sergeant. What's his face?
Yeah.
Told you it's where it's at.
Would you be able to help me or get me into contact with somebody that can design a legendary gun?
You know, I know this goblin artificer. At least what's left of him. I could send you to him, and I'm sure he could whip you up something ridiculous.
All right, and I mean like legendary.
Yeah. So just as a description, this dude has fused his soul with a. Oh, I don't even know how to describe this to you. I'm gonna
A
use
mother warforged?
Mother Warforged. That's a great descriptor for what he fused his soul to, and started a small goblin kingdom in oh god, where is it at? Is it in the Wildlands or is it in the other kingdom? You remember?
It's definitely in the kingdoms.
Okay, or city states. No,
I
it's def-
believe it was in the kingdoms.
Okay, so somewhere in Rexus Tullius, probably up north, there's a goblin town that isn't marked on the map.
Deep underground, in the side of a mountain that used to be operated by dwarves.
Oh, that's where Sophie was from.
Well, then maybe ask her, and she can tell you where the village is, and you can talk to the. Well, oh god, what was his name? I remember his legs because his legs were legs.
No, he would always say my legs. He was Bareth, the hobgoblin wizard.
There you
He's
go.
from all around.
As Alpha says all that.
He was
I'm just
not
gonna.
a hobgoblin nor a wizard,
I'm just
but
gonna
everybody
be like,
knew him as such.
on this map, can you just write an X on it where the town is?
Goblin boy.
Yeah, I think so. Let me show you the place.
Cool. Thank you.
So,
Right then.
Miss Monk, who's barely wearing clothes.
Oh,
really?
She
Have you
changed since
have you
then.
seen the character art this man has drawn of his character?
Oh, that was a while back.
Yeah. No, like cool over vest, shorts, and binder bra. That's it. That's all she wears. Don't have shoes.
You gotta have mobility in a fight.
If you've
You
ever
say she
fought
doesn't
in
have
stop with the feet stuff, you weirdo.
It's time to stop!
Well, there'll be a war soon, and people need to be fed. So, something that could endlessly feed an army.
Endlessly
A
feed it.
decanter of endless biscuits. I have one of those.
Well, I mean, he does have one of those, but decanters of endless water, easy to come by. I can come up with some long-term rationing stuff that would help with feeding an army. There's a couple tents of mansions in one of my vaults that I could go retrieve for you, and it holds a couple hundred people in each one of those, and it feeds them and all that fun stuff. Only downside is once you're in there, you have to stay in there for a whole day.
Could be good pre and post party.
Yeah.
Say what? Sorry.
Could be an upside as well, depending on the situation.
All right. Elfie boy.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe something that could raise the maximum number of undead at any one given time so that the people in the battle may fight once again once they've been slain.
You know, I knew a lich like you once. Yeah, a good friend of mine. We have conversations all the time.
Can he do that?
Oh man. You know what? 10 seconds. Then he does some things, and you see him pewing off like cantrippy magic of various sorts and doing very different spells, and suddenly he glows really brightly, a purple hue, and out of his body you see little glass shards kind of just like poke out, and from the glass shards a lich is formed. And the lich looks around and shakes its head and why is there so many of them? Surely you don't need help beating me. What do you need?
Oh, looking to resurrect an entire undead army to fight off the invasion of the gods. I heard you're the best man for the job.
He looks at Alpha. Hey, what have you been telling them? You will let me resurrect people in a millennia. Are you letting me go? Can I leave? You serious? Ha ha ha! I'll help with your army. Yeah, definitely, for sure. Yeah, as long as you get me away from that asshole.
Just remember that you only resurrect the ones that are, are consenting.
I make no promises.
Actually,
That's not my shtick. I resurrect whoever I want. I am a godlich, or am. I don't know. Anyway, it's been a long time. But anyway, I have a lair in the wastelands that I can raid that will be helpful. And hopefully the majority of my undead army is still underground.
Pause.
Yes?
That was actually a character's.
Hmm?
That was a character's.
Oh, I know. He thinks it's his, though.
Oh, he's so mistaken.
He's so wrong. He's so wrong. But it was originally, if you remember way back when, it was his.
I hope there is a correction made here by Alpha.
Alpha's saying nothing. It's going to be way too funny. He kind of gives him a wave, and this thing turns into dust and just kind of whooshes into the air. He goes, "Don't worry. If he misbehaves, I'll take care of it. That's an insurance policy that has been around for a very long time."
What kind of insurance policies come with free liches?
Oh, when I was a young man, I destroyed a phylactery and it embedded itself into me, and we killed said lich god. And every once in a while, when I use too much magic, he respawns out of me, and I have to kill him. So I've been killing him on and off for a very long time.
I had a
it's
similar
almost a
thing
joke.
happen, except it was a friend of mine. He gave his heart and became my phylactery, and then he recently became a living being again, much as I
Wait,
did
time
as
out,
well.
That would mean you were dead. You are, from what I can tell, very
Exactly.
much alive.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
fixed his
This
dead
is
problem.
new to me again. Feeling, yeah, it feels like it hurts to exist. Like my bones didn't hurt when they were just bones.
Let me tell
So
you, as
you-
someone who've lived for a very long time, it definitely hurts to exist, especially the older you get. Ugh.
Existence is pain.
I think I am officially the oldest elf alive.
I have bad news for you.
What?
There's an elfin lineage who is disguising himself as a regular person that definitely is older than you are.
Oh, what's his name?
Oh, what's he going by now? Fuck, what was Podgy's character's name? Start with him.
Arum.
Arum. Yes, Arum. Yes, Arum is in Legacy. He's been keeping an eye on that town for quite some time, especially since they rebuilt the college for like the 5th time.
And there's some like weird dragon statue there.
Have you been there?
I'm sure during my travels I've been there, especially as a magic sword.
Yeah, the dragon's his fault. I'll just say that.
Okay.
So with that goblin friend of yours, could you like write a letter or something? Just being like, yeah, I help these guys out.
I don't know how to tell you this, but writing a letter isn't going to help him much. He doesn't really have hands anymore, per se. He doesn't really have
That's fine.
eyes anymore.
Oh, I mean, all right.
So is he a
Is he alive?
computer?
Or
Is he
dead?
going to help?
Dead?
Would he help?
He totally would. Just tell him Alpha sent you. He owes me a favor. Or two.
Okay, all right, that's cool. That's what I need to know. I need to know if that. Okay, awesome.
He looks to Pro
Very
Free
impressed.
and goes, I'll get you something. We'll figure this out. Don't worry. I know what you need. And he looks to the rest of you and says, you can stay here for the night. I'm sure the monks and nuns and whatnot wouldn't mind feeding you in the morning. But there's lots for us to do. And I think shortly on your to-do list is going to be taking care of my friend Henry. If you can release him from his bonds, you will have a very powerful ally against the gods. And he, like me, has a bit of a vendetta. You said you've already met Lexington Thule, yes?
Indeed, yes. He said that Profi needs to become king in at least 8 months.
Ah, well, you should probably focus on having him talk to his siblings and figuring that out, huh?
Was there any siblings in this town?
In this town, no. There's none in Bliss.
Okay.
Man, I feel really
There's one in
stupid. Do
Mac.
you know what we should
There's
do?
3 in Mac, actually. And
There's 3 in Mac.
we will randomly cross 3 off our list when we get up there. So that's all I'm willing to give you as of now. Though I think I can grant one of you a boon that will help in your travels going forward.
Woo.
So there are 5 of you. Who is the most worthy? The dice say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Not that you guys know who I'm pointing at, but I pointed at you. I know what numbers you are. Anyone want to guess what number this rolls on?
3.
5.
Like 4 of you just said
I guess
3 at the same
3.
time. You're all wrong. It's 10. So, Fran.
Yep.
Oh,
he goes over to you and says, you're a monk, yeah?
Yes.
Be blessed by lightning. He touches your head. And you feel zippy zappy is the easiest way to describe the feeling you are given. So, double your speed.
Oh no. Okay.
You are fast as fuck.
You have to flash.
So, you have the boon of lightning speed. It doubles your speed. And for you, that is a tad overpowered. But the dice god said that's what it is. So,
Wow.
Would that also increase their AC?
no. They're just very fast.
Yeah.
But what were you at before? Like 50?
55.
110 per turn without sprinting. With
Yeah,
sprinting, 210. Using your
You're
bonus
the-
action to also sprint, 330.
Can somebody do the math
Hmm.
on how fast you need to run to break
Is
the
that as
sound
fast
barrier?
as 0 to 60?
I
How
think
long is a turn?
6
It's a
seconds.
double.
So divide that by 6. He's running at 56 miles a second. Sorry,
He's
50
running
feet.
18 feet. He's running 18 feet a second.
Is that what it is? Okay. That doesn't seem right.
Eh,
That's
No,
pretty good.
No, he should be doing 55 feet a second.
If he's running 110 feet per turn and a turn is 6 seconds.
Sorry. Max speed. If he
Max
does
Oh,
if he does a
it's,
sprint, a dash, and
then yeah,
double running.
55 feet a second. Hang on, I'll do some math.
it's 110 times 2 because the double dash.
So double dash just gives you an extra 110. So it's really only 310. I had to do this math with another
okay.
character forever ago.
Right on.
Speed of light is 340 meters a second.
Okay.
He runs
He's-
51.6666 second per second, feet per second.
So he's breaking the sound barrier when he wants to.
51.6 feet per second.
It's just
What? No, we did the math already. It's 55 feet per second. What's that in mileage?
So you said 310 feet per turn.
No, I said it wrong. 330 feet max speed.
Okay. Well, that's why I did it wrong, because you
Yeah,
gave me
but
the wrong number.
what's 55 feet per second?
55 feet a second is 198,000 miles per hour.
What? There's something wrong there. We're gonna math this up. So 55 in a second. There are
55 times
60.
60 times 60.
like I said, they are going the speed of light.
Holy
They're
cow!
That-
So
no,
breaking the
in
sound
a
barrier.
single minute, you can run.
37.5 miles an hour.
Yeah, that sounds more reasonable.
Does that provoke attacks of opportunity?
It shouldn't
I
because
would
you're
say
too fast. Like,
I'm just messing around. I'm just messing around.
Boy.
I'm dead ass. I don't think that would provoke an opportunity attack.
You have to say he's
I
going
was
as
just
fast as a
joking.
bullet. I can shoot my gun, and I think he might make it to the destination before the bullet does.
Maybe. Time out.
Good
How
catch
how many feet are in a mile?
Oh wait, no, you're right. I didn't divide that by 300 and what is it? 50? No,
330.
5,320, something like that.
That's what it is. Yep. So it's 37 miles an hour.
Yeah, it's 37
Oh,
miles
that's
an hour.
not
You're
bad.
right. I didn't divide it by the. I didn't divide it by the feet.
Wait, what's Usain Bolt's top speed?
It's not that fast. It's like 32 or
Like
something like that. So
120.
you're fast as hell.
Faster than the real life fastest man. That's not bad.
And well, actually, I think there are people that have ran faster than him at this point.
Okay, hang on. I'm gonna look up fastest running speed ever.
Well, it's gridded out in 5 foot, so it's still pretty awesome. considering the size maps usually are.
Yeah, right.
Actually, the fastest speed ever was 27.5 miles per hour.
Yep.
So you're 10 miles an hour faster than the fastest human being ever.
Nice. Racing cheetahs.
So you run about as fast as a jackrabbit, or an elk, a quail, a crow. You're
Lucky spawned has slippers on his feet.
a gray fox. So you're faster than some gray foxes. You're faster than coyotes and deer, herons and sparrows, pheasants, moose, gulls. You're faster than squawk by far. You're faster than a bison. You're faster than grizzly bears. Hey, you can outrun bears. That's a very important in this setting.
I don't need a bow to go hunting. I'll just chase them down.
I'm just picturing Fran running down bears
Whap, whap,
and
whap.
punching them to death.
What?
Yeah, so
Get stunned.
the fastest thing that you could outrun for sure, with the speed that you're at now is a gull or a bison. You're definitely outrunning them. Whereas you can run as fast as a medium spayed wolf, pheasant, sparrow, heron, deer, coyote, gray fox, all that fun stuff. You're about as fast as, and then you're going to be slower than a crow, a quail, an elk, a jackrabbit, an ostrich.
Dang it.
You're not that much slower though, but it's close.
Right. Does Mars X have haste?
Oh.
Or wait, yeah, does Rhett have haste?
That's a spell you guys might want to go back and pick up the next time you take a nap.
Yeah, that'd be what, 660?
Oh God, that's horrifying.
Dude, that's over 70 miles an hour.
I'm a car. Beep beep. You don't even know. So at that point, you don't even have to like attack people. You just have to run through them and do car damage.
I could slap him with my metal hand.
Yeah, I was gonna say put a gauntlet on and just clothesline people at 70 miles an hour. Put a blade on the end of that.
The blade would probably be the better option because just the gauntlet would break your arm.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Just need a wire at that point, right? Just fling it around while you're running.
The wire would probably be even more effective.
Go with a meteor hammer, just bam.
Oh, that could totally be a monk weapon too.
So as a real note, if you do a sprinting attack with some kind of weapon, there will be bonuses.
Nice. Run in a straight line, 330 feet or 110 feet or whatever.
This is what we see. We just see them going, yeah, bam, yeah, bam. Yeah, it'll look like the one scene from Eternals. With the
Nice.
That would require me watching that movie.
Yeah.
I like the movie. It's not bad.
No.
You can also run across liquids and up walls.
Comic book though. I have seen it now, and they did them dirty. Every time they've tried to do them, they've done them dirty, and I am upset.
That doesn't surprise me. It's a movie. There's never enough time.
Or money.
Yeah, that one.
There's definitely enough. Listen, if with Godzilla -0, if they did that with half the budget of one episode of She-Hulk, like
I was gonna say
listen,
they did it like a tenth of the budget of any modern Marvel movie.
Yeah, like there's money. We're just greedy.
I can't wait to actually watch that all the way. It looks so good and all the stuff I've seen for it. Ugh. I'm gonna go one of these days all by myself because the kids are too young and Harmony doesn't like kaiju movies. So
It's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Really? Oh, they did that good, huh?
Yeah.
Hyping me up over here. Okay, so
Fran's just gonna do side to sides really fast.
At this point, Alpha looks over at you and he kind of shakes his head. And he goes, "Oh, well, that'll slow me down a little bit, but I think you can use it. Whenever we meet again, I might take it back. But for now, that boon is all yours."
Oh, thank you. Um, I'll use it definitely to help this Henry guy and I guess help Rhett with his thing.
Now,
Yeah,
Run
thank
between the lights
Bef-
and grab the thing and run out.
so there is a third option that I will present to the group of you. I happen to be in connection or in communications with a external source that would basically guarantee, not victory, shouldn't say guarantees victory, but would essentially make you very powerful. You're already strong adventurers as is, and this would only make you better. The downside is, you're gonna end up like me, Henry, and Lexington Thule and his daughter and whatnot. You're gonna be around for a very long time. And I warn you.
I've already been around a while. What's a while longer?
I'm a celestial. I don't die really.
Well,
Buttermilk
you would
and
never
call
get
me
to
a
go to
pig.
the celestial plane by choice, is what I'm trying to say.
That's fine.
I'm trying to avoid this
But
whole like
I can
health and
kind of talk to these yahoos and see if you are fit candidates for the program, if you would like. The downside is that means I'm going to be gone for some time and probably will not return until after this dumbness with the deities.
Wait, so
Who
this
would you
wouldn't
be
help us
appeasing?
with the gods?
No. It would be afterwards, and I would probably not be present for dealing with the gods. But afterwards, it's basically immortality.
Red is very interested in immortality.
And the first set of all the wrong choices is presented.
Did somebody say immortality again?
But we should hit him. Because if we lose the fight, that's not gonna matter.
You can talk to them after the fight, right?
There's no losing if you get away alive.
How do I say this? If I interfere with the gods' shenanigans, there will be consequences for me, Henry, Penelope, and Lexington Thule and his daughter.
What if
we should
we
have
kill
help.
like 7?
Well, it's really we've been told not to kill anymore. Otherwise, there will be consequences. So if we help you with this, we'll be doing things, and we will get removed from Jake forcibly, or at least any
All
that
right.
actually participate.
All right then. If that's the case, you guys want him to go out there and do you guys want to live forever?
But who is he appeasing to? Who are you getting approval from?
That line. That's what I was looking for. Sorry. Well, I can't tell you too much without telling you too much that you wouldn't understand. Has Lexington talked about anything? Did have you guys met Penelope? Like, I haven't been paying attention to you guys politely, besides Mr.
Wait.
Stony Brook here.
Penelope.
Penelope, yeah.
Like out of character, I think we encountered her once.
I don't think this group did actually, because she's in the she's in the wastelands. You guys haven't been to the wastelands yet.
Okay. She was like a really big orc who was scary.
I don't think she'd appreciate being called that. She's a very pretty princess and owns her own kingdom in the wastelands.
I remember you guys talking about her, but we've never, not as long as I've been playing,
Okay.
we've never seen her.
What was she present at the temple we hid from? Oh, he was our buddy transformed.
Bogash?
Yeah, Fulgash. Was she present in that menagerie of important people?
Oh, you know what? She may have been.
Yes.
Yeah, I think you're right.
See,
Sorry, I was a little foggy on that.
No, that was good.
Hey,
You were
you remembered more than me. I'm pretty sure we did.
Yeah, but it was briefly. There wasn't a lot talked about. She was kind of just off in the corner, and they were, oh, this is who this is.
Right.
So, yeah, she's a princess, the eternal princess in the wastelands. If you can find her, cool beans. Get her to join our cause. She should be relatively easy to convince. She is the only member of our entourage that wasn't quote unquote tamed, though she did stop fighting and causing havoc for the Rexus Tullius people quite some time ago because it bored her. But that's another person you might talk to.
Sure.
So are we
So-
gonna have like a montage session where we find all your siblings and we find Penelope and we find Henry and we just find all these people that are scattered?
So as a note, that's what the last arc is you guys getting these.
We're gonna
people
do a
and things. So
montage.
the end of this arc is gathering all the information to kind of prep for what you guys are gonna do next. Right? You now have a checklist of shit to get done for the last 10 episodes.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So you will have plenty of
Right.
things to do and whatnot. So we're at the 3-hour mark. Would you guys like to take a 5-minute break? Potty break, drink break, all that fun stuff, or do you want to keep going?
Sure.
All right, 5-minute break.
Think of the last wish. Right?
Yep.
Oh,
What you gonna wish for?
To
right.
maximize the
Time out.
potential of all.
Don't tell.
Oh,
Don't
okay.
tell us. Run
All
away
right,
first.
all right.
BRB.
I'm running away.
Just like my dad.
Oof.
Every time.
Not gonna lie. Now that Sophie's back to being like,
Full power.
yeah, I really wanna give that a gander again.
So, this is probably more important for you and Lawrence, since you have characters that are alive that have died previously. I'm going to give you the option to bring them back up to speed, more or less. To play with them on the final arc. We're not going to do it this session to make life easier, but as we move forward, if you want to work on interchanging them or playing one character in a session or 2 characters in the session that needs it, it's something we can definitely do / talk about.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Because there's got to be a point to bringing back all the royalists besides just having cool NPCs in the background. If you guys want to use that mechanic and switch back and forth between those characters and whatnot, it's not going to hurt my feelings. But we have to get to a point in the story where they're actually with us. So that'll probably
When Stinger gets back, you'll have to remind me how he worked because I don't remember how we set him up.
He was a giant scorpion. He had giant scorpion stats. Was awakened, so he was smart and could speak Dwarvish.
Like to eat cows. Lots of cows.
He did like cows. He had extra HP, and I don't remember why we did that.
Oh, because he was basically like a druidic familiar was kind of how we had him set up or whatever.
Didn't he have dragon scale armor too?
Yeah, he had some of that stuff.
He had dragon scale armor, and he had like metal claw. Like he had like a shield and sword claw.
Yeah.
Oh, sick.
So side question note, whatever. Yeah, he basically had the companion roles for Rangers, as I believe what we stole that from.
Okay.
So if we can go back and find Ranger companions and how they level up and whatnot, we can use those for whenever he's back. Because you'll basically have to
We
read
have a
timing, I
ranger
assume.
with a dragon.
What's up?
We have a ranger with a dragon.
We do, yes. And he never died technically. He just fucked off. He just was like, I'm doing my own thing. These guys are weird. They're hanging out with mushroom people. But I mean, technically he's a royalist, and now he feels great. Actually, wait. Time out. Did he die? Did he get murked in front of us doing something?
No.
No, he almost did, but Sophie ran over to him and
right. Super hurt.
saved his life.
That's right. Yeah. So, well, he's no longer paralyzed, so that's nice. Profi's
Really good.
Profi's best friend, the giant hippo that was only here for one session, is back.
Yeah.
Hey,
And
didn't he get murdered by face spiders?
He did get murdered by face
He
spiders.
actually just spawned back where he died, and he got murdered again.
Be way too funny. Except for we killed all those spiders, didn't we?
Mm-mm.
No,
No, we just left.
We messed around with the ice pool that had the shaft of the weapon.
Yes. I remember now.
You mean this mithril staff? Didn't we give it to someone?
Yeah. Spain's last character has it.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, he does. She's the squawk lady.
Yes.
Squawk! There was one character, I think, that you didn't mention at all that has never been mentioned. It was the one from the Death Mite place. Not Ulor.
Not Ul.
Oh, that wasn't a royalist, so.
No, that is correct. But I just meant out of all the past characters, you've gone through a lot of them.
Well, we haven't been to the Lizard Town yet. We haven't had any reason to break
We've
them out.
never gotten to this. I don't think we're ever gonna go.
You were close when you went to Delph. Let's see, where's that at these days? I forgot where I put it. Pathlow is where that is.
We made it next to the ocean and far away from everybody else, specifically to not be disturbed. So it makes sense why we wouldn't go there.
Oh, no, I lied. The Lizard Town is Lizard Tooth. Lizard, Lizzard, Tooth. Down by Avon and Brendan Weir and Lepin. The southern city-state towns is where that's at. Yeah, you guys have never been down there.
The second most powerful creature.
He's dead, by the way. It's been too long. He's a lizard person. They don't live forever.
He's not dead. That was his boon. His boon was that he didn't die because he became a fiend.
Oh, right. Yes, the demon. Yeah. Okay, he's still alive.
He's a lizard fiend.
Right. Dumb. So, yeah, I guess I haven't mentioned him because you guys haven't been down there. Like, he's just been chilling. There's been no need for him to be crazy. He was on Rex's Tulius' side, if you remember.
His wish was to... No, he was not on Rex's Tulius side.
He was eventually. They gave him
No,
a town.
he left.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. He got a town, so he's on their side.
No, the town was to be isolated from all the other places so that Rex's Tulius would never touch it.
He got bought out eventually. He's a demon. He makes deals. No, just kidding. So I'm gonna turn the thing back on so we can see our faces. So we're back in session. BS aside, Lawrence, you have the final wish. As you guys spend a couple of days there after Alpha takes off on his small adventure. He literally just like teleports out of the blue one day and just like, good luck, guys. See you eventually. You in his place not long after, a tent teleports in the middle of the courtyard. And Swiggity waddles out, and he does not look sober whatsoever.
Oh boy.
Which version of Swiggity is this one?
This one looks like your friend. He goes, "Hey, so Yeah, it's time for that last wish, y'all. Also, I need that thing that I gave you forever ago.
Oh yeah, that
Right.
thing. Here you go.
Wait, let me do the wish thing first, then I'll take
All right. She ponders on it for a second. I would like to wish for anyone who's Profi Tullius's ally to have their potential maximized.
that.
Get the max potential out of themselves.
That's the thing about potential. It's always changing. Uh what how do I explain this to you? There is no maximum potential. You have unlimited growth. It's how much effort you put into it. There's always a better version of you because you can learn to do new things like play the piano or get better at chess or what max potential you have to be perfect at everything. I
That's
can't.
gods.
I can't grant you into godhood. Unfortunately, that is beyond my current power.
So maybe
Okay.
just the strongest that we could be in our
Yes.
given
I already
in our
took a
given
couple years off
fields.
y'all's lives and resurrected your friends. Honestly, that took a lot out of me. So let's bag it up from the ultimate wish thing bit, please.
That's
Now,
true.
as a DM to you, feel free to make whatever wish you want. That's just how he's talking, right? He seems
Right.
drunk and unamused with having to grant some super godly spectacular thing. I want you to take a look at the other wishes he's granted though. He gave you all resistance to power words. He brought back some dead party members. He has given you basically a spell to dominate a specific group of people. And he has given life to a broomstick.
Okay.
In
The most
simply,
wasteful spell.
I don't think it is.
Even to kill God? That's crazy.
Okay.
Again, kind of like the actual wish spell. There is a limit to what you can wish for.
Yeah. Seems a little bit better than the 8th or lower level
Yes,
spell.
by far, definitely better than that.
Lawrence, you should double your speed again.
Boon
I
of
don't
the
want to
speed
be
force.
don't want to be torn apart by friction.
Self-atomized.
Yeah.
Takes one step, like starts to power walk, and they're just gone.
Poof.
Shredded
Too
to
fast.
atoms.
Missed. Oh god.
Hmm. Okay. So, if you can't have everyone realize their greatest potential, then anyone who is an ally to Profi should have growth within their potential. That's what I'm asking for.
So like you want an auto level
More like
2.
or 2 or max level 20.
Look
He's
here,
like,
y'all.
I
Behave
kind of
yourself.
want level 20 characters in this campaign, baby.
Yeah.
that does sound cool.
We all want an epic boon, baby.
I guess.
I
Yeah,
was
there's.
vetoed on that one. That was my first wish.
Say, oh. Well, there's. Okay. A level buff or a stat buff or. Heck, I'd even go for everyone's HP max. Like potential max,
Ooh.
like dice plus
H-
con times level max.
HP max that's a good one. That
I
would
didn't
help
word
me
it
a
that way though.
lot.
Yeah. It would just be your
'Cause my-
dice plus your con modifier times your level would be hit points.
Because my HP right now is a max of 118.
Yeah, I'm setting at 137. It would be 187. I'd gain 50 hit points.
Legit, that's a good wish. Every one of our friends gets their maximum health.
Yes, all the allies of Profi Tullius to be as sturdy as they could possibly be, I guess would be the way to word it.
Ow!
Oh, just changes our health to the maximum it could be.
Mm-hmm.
That's
If that's
great.
okay.
Okay, I'm going to clarify something just for you. Would you like it to be the max for the rest of your levels or the current where it's at?
I don't want to ask for too much. There's only 3 levels left though, right?
Correct.
Max out what we already have.
Yeah, I don't want to be greedy. I don't want to be greedy. What do you think, Mr. Dia?
Well, if you max out the max health that you guys could have, right? For most of us, that's a D8 times 17 or whatever it is, plus our Constitution times 17. So let me do the math for you. What you're asking for currently, as on Profi specifically, right? I can pull up my calculator here.
And
So the max I could have had if I had rolled max for every level is 17 times a D8 plus my Constitution is currently at a 2, but it will be a 3 shortly. But we'll just do 2 for now, right? And 2 times 17 is 32, 34?
34.
34. So my max health that I could have gotten is 170 at this level. I am sitting at 147. Right? So it'd be a 20-something hit point boost. Not to mention if I decide to take the, toughness feat or something for my last feat.
Yeah.
I wish all my allies had 100 extra HP.
Yeah. So you're asking for me personally, you're asking for 20-something extra hit points. You know what I mean? And most of the monsters that we're fighting, that's 1 extra hit. For the minion
That's
yahoos that we're fighting, it's 4 extra hits or 5 extra hits. So if we're fighting minions, it really matters. If we're fighting big bod bass yahoos that can do 60 points of damage in a single turn against a single character, not as crazy, right?
that'll put me
Right.
up at 255, and I also have the tough feat.
Yeah. So
A
what?
bonus.
Well, so the tough doesn't affect it because you already maxed it out when you get it. There's no rolls for that.
Yep.
But as a side note, right? So, what would be the difference for where you're at and where you're going to?
All
it's
of our
like-
fighters be at their maximum HP versus normal humans.
Yeah, because fighters are 170 plus whatever their Constitution bonuses are. So you're looking at 180 something naturally.
No, I was literally talking about our warriors. Like our minions.
Yeah,
Oh,
all the minions would get
minions.
max HP too.
Oh. That's a lot.
That turns everyone into more of a sponge, I guess. I guess global ally HP pool would be
Ridiculously increased. But
Sounds amazing.
But you got to remember the things that you guys are going to fight in the near future might not care about HP.
yeah, death touch.
The good thing we don't
That's
care about
fine.
power word kill, am I right?
About to say, that's the thing though. Power word kill only gets if you are underneath 100 HP and
Right?
lower.
Yeah. You guys
kills
remember
you.
though, the majority of your Yahoo friends that are your minions that will be fighting alongside you in the battle are not level 20 characters. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That-
but it's level like 5 that gets like for a fighter at least that can get them up above that. So up above 100.
right, which power word kill cool, but not death touch or something that does a D100 damage every
No.
time something hits you. But regardless.
Alternatively, just give us legendary items. I don't know.
I'm just trying to explain to Lawrence here. This isn't too much of an ask. You're asking for an extra 20 hit points on average for most of our characters, right? Rhett, how much are you getting? Because you did what, a D6 or a D8 per level? Rhett.
I think Bard's is
I'm a
Bard a
D8.
D8 or is it a D10?
Yeah,
It's a
so
D8?
you max at this level you're looking at like 130 something hit points plus whatever your constitution bonus is. So
Is
you're
that 8?
Uh,
8 plus whatever times 17.
That's it. And plus my con bonus.
con bonus plus
Yeah.
whatever.
So I'd be at
Maybe a
140.
verbal
That's still
durable.
30 HP.
Yeah, I
But-
mean 38 P is good. That's why I'm kind of asking the rest of you how much. What is the difference between what the wish is asking for and what you will be at?
So I'm
Would
at
have an additional 32.
228 right now. That would put me up at 289.
Okay, so you be ridiculously tanky, but you're already ridiculously tanky, so whatever.
I'm also not in the front like that.
170.
Right, yeah. You don't unless I target you, you're kind of just you're causing havoc from far away. So I don't think you should feel bad about asking for this, but I need you to ask for it appropriately so you get the maximum benefit for us as we continue to level.
Okay.
Because this is essentially giving everyone the toughness feat, basically. A slightly better version of the toughness feat.
Yeah. Just you don't roll for hit points anymore. Just take max. Well. Okay. So all allies to Prophy Tulius will be as sturdy as possible for their body's potential. Going on forward until the end of their lives or otherwise.
Yes. I could do that. Yeah. I have some of these. And he goes back into his room and he comes out with a big giant bottle of wine and is drinking. It's literally the size of his arm, just ridiculously huge. He's chugging. He puts it down and he pulls out a couple large sacks and he goes, I can't give them to directly. Take these. Call me in the morning. He hands you the 3 bags of life seeds. Each bag contains about 100 life seeds. So you have 300 life seeds to distribute amongst your personnel.
We need to give some of these to dragon turtles and dragons.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the party members, former party members, legendary characters, and our dragons should probably get priority. And then
So-
the foot soldiers can
And
get
commanders.
So with the
Yeah.
300 things, it'll help a good majority of your guys' legitimate forces that are under your direct command, not like mercenaries and things like that. But what a life seed does is it guarantees maximum hit points when you roll your dice.
Nice.
The fact that he just gave you 300 of these things is ridiculous because there's only supposed to be 5.
You wouldn't happen to know how to cultivate these, would you?
Yeah, of course. I got a couple plants in the tent. And since they're outside of time, I don't have to worry about that stupid waiting 1,000 years thing for them to grow. I grew these 10 seconds ago. Gotta love time magic. It's great.
So we each take one, right?
Yes.
Well,
so increase your health, and someone write in the chat to remind me to increase my health, please and thank you. As you do so, you guys feel good, and your missed quote unquote potential regenerates. And then when we level up, you guys will not have to worry about rolling dice. It'll just max out whatever your dice is.
Nice. Yeah, she divvies them out. It's one for you.
That is
and
one
for you.
uses of a whip I've seen.
So as he's drinking and drinking and drinking and drinking and drinking, he looks to the group of you and says, "Well, my friends, I've done everything I can. I'm gonna need that item now." And he holds his hand out.
I hand him the item.
He takes the item and puts it in his chest and twist, 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 twist. And it looks like he's winding up a clock of some sort in the center of his chest. And he goes, "It was really good knowing you. I'm going to miss you. Truly." He clicks the thing over one more time, and purple dust spews out of him with rapid haste. He falls to parts and pieces, and the clockwork mage that was Swiggity Swooty is a pile of bits and pieces in front of you.
Fran is like visibly upset.
Why?
The dust reforms and stands in front of you and says, "Because he fulfilled his purpose, and he did more than he was supposed to, unfortunately." Oh, but while he was keeping you busy and you were running his errands for him, he's opened plenty of planes for the gods to enter. So I gotta say thank you, boys, girls. You've done me a great service. Funeral smiles in your faces. I see you've unfortunately lost Cuddles. That's a deal breaker for me, and someone has cleared you of your contract. Ugh, that's upsetting. Well, let's see here. I have a plethora of friends. Excuse me, little one. What do you need? Okay, I will help you in a bit. I'm in the middle of stuff still. I love you.
Ah,
No, you gotta stay outside. I'm doing stuff.
Coma sees funeral for the first time here.
Coma sees funeral. Hi, I love you.
Aw.
You see funeral for the first time, and it is Trex.
What are you doing here, friend?
Oh, I think you mistake me. You are a follower of Trex, yes?
Yeah?
That's not me. We just look very similar because of family lineage and whatnot. It's a tad complicated.
So are you more like bad luck and shit?
Oh, no. I
He's just
I am a trickster god. I don't follow the rules, unlike my sibling. Your sibling is all about balance and numbers and chance and, the roll of the dice, whereas I fudge my rolls.
You sound boring.
Ha! I don't think anyone here would say that about me ever.
I would.
So, of all the people here, Brett Stonybrook, of all the people,
Your Cuddles was a lie.
oh, she kept you safe. She kept you warm. Heck, she even kept the other ladies off you so you didn't get in trouble.
Oh, now I'm even more pissed.
As a note, Rhett has not been laid since he had Cuddles. It has been an intentional story plot that he never noticed.
That's why?
Yeah, that's why none of the ladies liked you. Is because Cuddles was wrapped around you continuously and they could feel her presence.
Brett was upset and now he's pissed.
This is where he decides he's gonna kill him. He just starts vicious mockerying the shit out of him.
Okay, gentlemen, I'm gonna go deal with my dad really quick. She's staring at me, expecting water, so I will be right back.
No worries.
You guys tell jokes or something while I'm gone. I need knock jokes immediately.
Sheesh, who would have thought that Cuddles was the thing cock blocking the whole
All he
time?
wanted to do was cuddle.
Sheesh. That's toxic.
That's toxic.
It is toxic.
So, do you think an imprisonment spell would work?
On Daryl?
On God?
Yeah. If you had the right components, probably.
I don't think I have enough money.
I have
You got
money.
a bunch of sapphires, right?
Okay, sorry.
I have
It
tons
says
of
that the version of the spell has 500 gold pieces per hit die.
I will
I
do
think
it.
he has more than mine.
Wait, time out. What happened? What happened?
Whatever money you need, I got you.
So Funeral stands there and
I moved-
picks his hand behind his head and kind of floats up and down and says, "You guys have been really helpful for me for what I've been doing. You guys didn't even ask questions when I sent you on stuff. You killed several guardians of this realm for me that would have made it difficult to stay here for any sort of time. Let's see, what else have you guys been up to and doing for me? Everything you've done for Swiggity helped me out a lot. You solved or will solve soon, because time is a little flexi-wildy, the whole Imperial binding thing. So once Profi is Emperor, it'll be go time. The gods will get to come hang out. So once you deal with that, which, if you could be fast, I'd be very appreciative. Because otherwise, and you see him pull his finger and point at Profi, and Profi gets hit with a pink lightning-esque bolt, and he says, "Because if you don't do it in the next 3 months, Profi dies of a heart attack. And you don't want your friend to die, right?"
Does anybody have counterspell for that?
I'm over there just like, that hurts a lot, actually.
I literally have counterspell.
So this happened fast enough where you wouldn't have been able to counterspell it.
It's a reactionary spell.
The reaction.
Would you like to counterspell a god? You can try.
I'll do it.
Roll it.
I've never used counterspell. I don't know what to do.
So this is definitely above a third level spell. So go ahead and roll a d20 plus what is it?
So 8? With counterspell, it
what level's the spell?
Oh, right. So what level do you cast your counterspell at? Because that'll change.
7.
Is that the highest you can go?
The highest I have is 7th level spell slots.
Okay, so it's a 17 minimum. It doesn't automatically counter the spell, so you get to roll a d20 and see if you roll above it spell DC.
I will also inspire myself.
All right.
So it is your spell.
I crit.
The one thing you needed to do, because there was 100% an impossible task.
That was my first double-digit roll all night.
He dies in 3 months of a heart attack.
So instantaneously.
Tracks gibbets.
No, so as he about to hit Profi, apparently, you counterspell as quickly as possible, and disrupt the god spell. And he looks over at you and smiles and says, "Oh, I didn't see that coming. Guess I'll have to do it again." And he fires another one.
I'll step in the way.
Oh. I'm gonna argument die this. I like the theatrics, but I don't think you would have enough time. So, would you like orange, black, blue? What color do you want for your argument die?
Blue.
All right. I'll take orange. Oh, one of you did a thing about the argument die. You guys remember what that was? Who did that? The if you guys tie, you win now? Or is that just specifically one person?
I know that we did that. I don't remember when.
I don't remember that
so
either.
It's been a while.
It's been a hot minute since that's actually come up. I think it's Fran's die that does that, right? Or is it yours?
I don't remember that.
Okay, specifically then, we'll make it really easy. And Coma.
Okay.
If we tie, you win. Because you have that extra luck. Oh, because you're the god stuff. You got a god boon. Blah, blah, blah.
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
There were story bits to it. Yeah, sorry. So rock beats scissors. You are defeated. You have vanquished. You can try. You just don't quite get there. So Profi is hit by this pink lightning ass bullshit.
Can I spend an inspiration?
Wait.
Re-roll that die?
Would you like to burn a lucky point and do it again?
Inspiration, yeah.
Inspiration is not an option. You can burn a lucky die if you have the lucky feat.
Fran's really fast. Can she try?
He is incredibly fast.
I'll do a
Super
second.
fast.
Oh, time out. Will argument die? The argument die. What color would you like there, Fran?
Green if no one else
Okay,
has it.
green is yours against orange, and we'll see if you're fast enough to get in the way of the thing. Green wins, so that means you are fast enough. And the
Right
monk gets
now.
hit by the
Wings.
death beam instead.
It goes
Puffy
straight between my
down.
wings and then hits them.
Come on,
I
Puffy
cast Bixby's
down.
Grim and the drop of the gun.
It goes right through. Because what? Why? You know this is pointless here, right? Just
Technically, it should have been me try, because if I don't kill him, I die anyway. So
look. I'm gonna tell you this here and now, right? You're not gonna kill me on this plane. No one can. No one has. You don't have the right stuff to do it now. And Swiggity's dead, so he's not bringing you any cool stuff. So unless you find someone that has the stuff to take care of me on this plane, you're gonna have to come to my home and take care of me there. And then when you get to my home, you got to deal with Trex and all the other purple god, demon, crazy people that live on our realm. So, like,
What realm is that?
when you like to know, Plane Walker, it's the realm
It's
of
the
chaos.
Imperium.
Yeah, goose.
Ah,
I'll tell you
okay.
what, funeral.
Banishment. I try to send him to hell.
That is rude. Roll it. Or does he make a save?
Just like I think he makes a save. One moment.
Can he just side
I
eye
will-
you with his legendary resistance and just be like, why?
Just
Keeps doing banishment. It's just like banish, banish, banish.
You're gonna run out of these eventually. So planar shift and banishment are slightly different though.
Technically, I need to make an attack roll on him,
Inspired. You're inspired.
So it's a
and then he has to make a save.
okay, cool.
If I this is the wrong character. I was looking at the wrong. I was on my other phone.
Hey, two phone, calm down over there.
This old phone works so much better, though, to be honest.
Well, I got a 19 plus 11. So, is that 40? That doesn't sound right. 30.
That's a lot. So 30 to do a counter roll. You hit. He got a save. I'm pretty sure he's gonna have to burn a legendary resistance, but you know, whatever. He would, yeah, definitely has to burn a legendary resistance. So you hit him with the thing. He kind of shakes for a second. It's just, stop that.
Can I use the inspiration die to negate his legendary resistance?
As a Valor Bard, no. There is a bard technique that's like cutting word or something like that works like that, but not our bard. Our bard lets us do damage with his rolls.
Yeah,
Damn.
that's a Lord Bard.
So he's used one of his legendary resistances of a certain number.
He goes, okay, all right, look. Your friend Fran's gonna die in 3 months unless Profi becomes emperor. That's on you guys. She jumped in the way of her own free will. That's nice of her. Thanks. Profi over there just like fuming, right? Like he's ready to go, but you guys notice that he is held in place.
What's he held in place by?
Invisible hands, a spell maybe, something that you guys didn't catch earlier.
Hold person.
And he goes, well, this has been a fun chat. I will talk to you in a bit, but you now have some reason, not the reason I thought you were going to have, to take care of the Profi things.
Just cannon.
You pull out the cannon. He goes, no, we just wait, and you fire it, and he disappears into atoms as you hit him with it, and he kind of just into nothing.
Sorry about the hole in the monastery.
Yeah, right. The other yahoos that are there. So I just want you to know that like all the nuns and priests and whatnot were coming around this dude with like clubs and bats, and you know the clerics were coming, and then you blooped them into non-existence, and they go, "Oh, we had him."
Sorry about the hole, everyone. I
Uh,
wanted to test out the new lightning.
I was gonna say, was that the new lightning? Yeah, it definitely like fried him and he disappeared. You guys feel whispers in your ears. You can always make a deal. I love making deals.
I'd like to make a deal.
You are pulled from your consciousness and are floating in a spiritual realm somewhere else. And standing in front of you is a much more glorious, outstanding god that is Funeral. And he goes, "Hello! I'm not surprised that you're here. I have bad news. You've been cursed by a demigoddess Yahoo. I can't really make any further deals with you. but I can try, and you could always negotiate for one of your friends if you would like."
I would like the ability to complete any contracts I am now entering, that I have entered.
That'd be a cool ability, except for the current contract I feel is not beneficial for me. So,
I think it is. I think you would like it a lot, and I think I'd like to persuade you about that.
persuade the trickster god.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
This is DM talking. Are you sure you would like to do this?
It's the worst thing that can happen.
You could die. You could lose your character here. You are not in your own realm. He has your soul by in his hands. You are in a very precarious situation. It would be safer just to return to your body.
Well, if you're not going to help me fulfill my contracts, then you have nothing that I want.
Okay, bye. You go back to your consciousness. Now, the whisper is still in everyone else's ears, if anyone cares. Do you ignore it and continue on your adventure, or do you make your first wrong decision? Or your last?
We shall see what the ducky dice says.
Ducky dice, ducky dice.
The ducky dice have spoken. The ducky dice say no.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
Brand, you get 3 months to live.
Though I do look over at Mars X and say, just go there.
Go to his realm. Go to his
No,
realm.
just go there. Just say yes.
Okay.
Your soul is plucked out of your living body. And
This feels so much better. Oh my goodness gracious. Finally, out of my own skin.
Ah, my servant returneth to me once more. I knew you were a good boy. Listen to your family then. You can listen to him now.
It's a very marvelous place you have. What's up with all these tapestries?
They're decorative.
It's like some weird like mushroom stoner, like how he's got all the different, like he's got like an elephant tie-dye tapestry. He's got a whole bunch, yeah.
Yeah, what's his regalia look like whenever
dragon's
he's
blood.
in the throne room?
Okay, Mom.
Is it like a messy bedroom or?
This isn't my choice. This is the followers made this for me, and I couldn't say no because I'm that guy. So, looking at you. Would you like to be undead again? I can bring you back to your original state before that wish thing that Squiggly did.
That was pretty uncalled for on my part. However, I mean, there's nothing that says I can't just put on a few more tattoos and do it over again. That excruciatingly painful being embalmed while living process.
Yeah,
It was pretty terrible from what I can remember.
Yeah, I was there the last time, and took away all the painful memories that you've regained since becoming people again.
Yeah, but I think I'd rather do it again. So I kind of more so have a question for you. Why why is it that you're so interested in the Tulliuses ruling the realms?
Because I'm fulfilling a contract that their great, whatever, in the time of law, the Tullius king made a deal with me. And as long as they're on the planet, I can come back.
So as long as the Tulliuses are on the planet,
Correct.
you can come back.
Yep, they are my gateway.
So if the Tulliuses left the planet, you wouldn't be able to come back?
Well, I mean, technically we could, right? We've opened enough gates, you and your little group, of weakened the realms that I can come back. That druid lady did me a great solid and destroyed the Cordon stones, so like there's no real bar for me being there anymore. I can just show up whenever I want. But when the Cordon stones were there, the Tullius basically guaranteed that I could come and show up whenever I needed to. Which is why it was so important that they took care of law and all the other things that they did as a family. It was chef's kiss. Great plan on my part. You remind me of a guy named Henry, magic seeker, a long time ago. He's technically under their control right now, right? Which means he's under my control, which is so good because I killed his family in front of him shortly after obtaining godhood. And oh man, he was so mad that he flung himself through time on accident trying to cast a spell, and then ended up with the stupid law yahoos that are still scattered around the planet for God knows why. And then I had to stick something on them, and I found the Tulliuses, and they were my way in, and I just get to keep messing with them forever, just like this new group that you're with, right? You guys get to be my brand new toy, and 2 of you, maybe 3 of you, maybe 4 of you, everyone but the angel, I think, has a little bit of tie to me. So as long as the group of you is around, I get to keep coming back. So, that being said, you might as well take a boon from me and do a little bit of my bidding, my work, whatever, because it also helps you, and just guarantee that I can come whenever I'm needed. When the others show up.
Well, you see, since we're having a private conversation right now, I assume, correct?
Yep. No one can hear you for sure.
I'm just curious as to how hard would it be to have a different emperor?
I mean, not hard whatsoever. You just have to create a whole new empire, have a legitimate reason to be called an emperor, and Profi Tullius and the rest of Tullius would probably have to be dead.
But that would be bad, right? That would be bad if they all. How many descendants of the Tulliuses are there? Even.
Well, so the contract, since I can tell you this, is specifically tied to Tullius' name. So all those little bastards that get born generationally, as long as they don't claim the Tullius name, they don't get the benefits nor the downsides.
Gotcha. That's unfortunate. Well, maybe another time when I have a genuine reason and a calling. Once I find my quote unquote humanity again, I'll I might approach a similar topic here in the future.
Well, then let me give you a gift for free.
Out of character, is this for free?
Out of character, in character. You know that nothing this guy gives you comes without consequences. He hands your soul a small card, and he says you can use this whenever you need to have a conversation just like this.
Inspect it first.
It's a God's calling card is the easiest way to describe the item.
I'm taking them. So it summons him to our realm?
Something like that, or summons you to his presence, wherever he's at.
Okay. I'll take it.
Alright, add to your character sheet. And he says, well, that's the best deal you're getting today. See you soon. Bye. And you come back to your fresh body.
So, you think you'd be able to get us there?
Yeah, I think so.
You have gained the ability to transmute to the plane of chaos. Congratulations. Solid choice. Way to go, talk to the Yahoo.
And compliment his tapestries.
There was tapestries?
Indeed,
Vicious
yeah, they
mockery
were.
of tapestries.
Fran, are you okay?
She's just laying there on the ground. She never really got up. Ow. I don't know.
Have you fallen and you can't get up?
Oh man, that's an old
I walk.
reference.
I'm just gonna
I walk
walk
over
over
and I offer you
Life alert! Life alert!
my non-skeletal hand, and I gesture to help raise you to your feet, even though you probably are much stronger than me.
Um,
Do you
Right,
just wanna lay
she-
there for a while?
um, just everything just relies on Profi, it seems, and just felt like it was the right thing to do for the world at the time. She takes Marzex's hand and gets back up.
Murphy is still suspended by something.
I'm gonna walk up to
principal?
Profi and put my hand on his shoulder and see what's going on with him.
He has stepped on a trap. It looks like there's an immobilization zone directly underneath him.
I'm just gonna
Oh,
push
I'll
him.
use my wand of disenchantment and disenchant it.
You
I was
do
about to say,
so.
I'll just push him out the way.
The disenchantment wand works perfectly. Turns off the stone for a set number of time, but Profi steps down and goes. That stone's been there for a long time. I didn't see it.
Do you think that could kill a god?
The stone? I mean, it caught my dumbass. I think it's to make sure no one snuck up on Alpha.
Do we take it?
Pick it up. I'm gonna throw it at him.
Throw it at who?
The god.
Funeral.
He's not there anymore. You already.
No. For in the future.
Oh, in the later. Okay, so yeah, pick up the stone. It's heavy as shit. It's a huge trap stone.
I was gonna say, could you put it in a cannon and shoot it into him?
I mean, a big enough cannon, sure. But you're talking something the size of like, it's
What's
a
the
boulder
runes
in
look
the
like?
ground. The rune is just an immobilization rune.
All right, I'm just gonna write that down real quick and add that to my rune collection.
Oh, I just came up with an excellent idea for a wish. Dang it.
We're all out.
I wish the ability to see everybody else's hit points.
So, we're at the 3 hour and 50 something minute mark. So I think this is a good time to wrap up the session as you guys have finished your craziness in Bliss. We'll do after action review after this. But thank you guys for watching so much. Be sure to check out all of our fun stuff on YouTube. Check out the podcast coming up. Check out all the fun things that we're working towards and doing. Have a great year. Merry Christmas, all that fun stuff. Spend some time with your family. If you need Yahoo Entertainment, go watch old videos. We will not be having Lancer tomorrow, so this is our only event for this week. We should resume in 2 weeks as long as everyone is good to go by then. Trying to think of any other super important stuff. Hey, Ellison Painting, we know those guys. Let's see here. We got new stock in, so we got some cool new items that are on the list. I still need to make pictures of them for the
Show the
store. They're in the garage. Sorry, they're far away. But we have giant orbs to ponder that are D20s, and we have smaller giant orbs to ponder that are still D20s. We got new dice in today that are regular acrylic stuff. So if you're looking for the like cheaper stuff that you can buy 2 or 3 of and get cool deals on, let me know. Last bit of code for this month is again Santa 907. Get you 10% off at the store. Get your cool things and stuff. Remember, don't ship frozen or don't ship liquid core dice in the freezing cold. Everyone will cry.
Yep.
Gilded Nook, go ahead.
Awesome. Hey, guys, Gilded Nook is on a slight hiatus for the current moment due to the fact that it's the holiday season, but after Christmas weekend and whatnot, we'll be right back in doing the Gilded Nook. It is another D&D live stream slash podcast type of deal. And yeah, we just made it into a whole new town that has a whole new set of problems that my lovely party is gonna have to find their way through and figure out. So yeah, why don't you come on by youtube.com/thegotherduck.
Check him out. It's good stuff. They're lots of fun. If you guys remember Moon Knight, he's in there every once in a while when he's feeling good enough to play. So if you enjoyed his stuff, check his stuff out. And obviously, enjoy our handy dandy friends over here's great TTRPG stuff. Go watch. I like you guys are all pointing at me, which is the funny bit. Like, I appreciate it. Other corner, the other direction. Nope. All of you switch to the directions you're pointing at. Anyway, jokes aside, you should point at yourself. You're the easiest person to point at. It's yourself. We're talking about you.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm doing it like this so that it's like extra.
Ridiculous. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna play music on the outro. And we'll see you all later.
I'm a moose.
You're not a moose. Get out of here.
Moose.